Unfortunately, I'm going to undo my trousers a little bit because they're a bit tight.
That's a really bad start to any audio recording.
And I will probably stand up at some stage. So.
And here's our GM, Craig Weinstein.
He's taking his top off.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. It got really hot all of a sudden.
No, not again, Craig.
It's fine. There's a power dynamic in play here.
Oh shit.
Okay. So, this. Why don't one of you?
Hell yes.
Why don't one of you do a recap instead of me doing it?
Would you like to top up? Can I do a recap?
I'm okay.
Yes, Dara, do a recap.
Dara,
Okay,
you
so
can do a recap.
we were led into the woods by suspicious figures, and then we were joined a cult.
That's
We got
No.
medallions.
Now
we're proper in the cult.
We got medallions to identify us to other people in the cult, and they came with strange eldritch abilities.
So cult is somewhat real. So good choice of cult.
Good choice of cult.
Craig looks so upset.
Oh, also,
It's accurate though.
part of being in the cult is updoing the cult building, which is a bit shit because the cult has been unsuccessful in recent.
Paying
Well,
for our own
well,
clubhouse.
This branch of the
it
cult.
seems like they downsized for a while ago, now need to undownsize.
Oh yeah, and
Maybe that's the reason that we got in. We're just being milked for cash so they can do up the building.
have.
It's a
like,
pyramid
there's no
scheme.
particular
Well, I'm not-
reason they're
well, I'm not being
expanding,
fooled
but
by
also
this. I'm not
are-
living in your
Are
building.
lying a lot about.
I
that.
am. Also, I don't really have a concept of money, so I'm totally getting fleeced.
I mean, as long as I get to fight big things, like money's not worth much at the top of a mountain. You know what I mean?
I have a lot of.
Oh wait, I
concepts
just
of
covered my
money.
room in moss and called it a cave.
You did.
I still live in my caravan because
I forgot you were on my side.
Yeah.
And David is living.
Is your caravan like a cart or like a gypsy caravan?
more like a gypsy caravan.
Okay.
I think in rules terms it's a cart, but in my heart it's a gypsy caravan.
Well, in rules terms, it can be a gypsy caravan as well.
It
can be whatever you want it to be.
I mean, are there defined rules for gypsy caravan, in not so many words?
Well, it's good to know that it probably has a hard top, not a soft top.
Yeah. How tall are you meant to be?
He's 8 foot.
Oh, it's quite a tall caravan.
Yeah.
Imagine it'd be unstable around corners.
Maybe you open it and all the inside is a bed and it's in.
This is
rolls in.
It's carefully weighted.
It's like one of those one-man
this is
tents.
maybe good that we're hashing this out.
Oh, you know that
How big is your caravan?
Yeah,
Like,
one
like,
throw away.
Inexplicably lost the bag for.
Basically, just long enough for me to sleep in it. So it's like lengthwise, it's me length. Widthwise, it's me plus like 3 feet width, lying on back.
So hold on.
I don't know what
Widthwise, it's you plus 3 feet.
I mean,
So
how big?
it's a fat boy.
I mean, basically, yeah, it's a big. Well, yeah, and it's built by giant goats. It's not like.
As in you, as in like 8 feet plus 3 feet.
So-
Well, no, as in my
your width.
sorry, as in shoulders plus 3 feet.
Right.
Sorry,
Okay.
yeah. So,
Okay. That makes a lot more sense.
I mean,
'Cause I was like,
it's not
that's
big.
gonna be one fucking wide ass cupboard.
proportionally, how big are people's shoulders compared to their what
They're
normally?
about 2 times the size of their head, which is about 1/7 the size of your body. So your head's probably about a foot. So it's.
That was surprisingly well
How
rehearsed.
do you
So
know
yeah,
that?
it's about
For
6
Jake.
foot. So about 6 foot across.
Yeah, it's about 6
Basically
foot
enough
across.
for a Goliath and his stuff.
It's for doing drawings and
Is
stuff.
it long enough that you don't have to sleep diagonally?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's a hard top.
Oh yeah.
Does it have a door?
Is it convertible?
Is it coloured? What's it look like?
I love it.
This is a role playing game.
Yeah.
Theatre of mind, please.
I mean, I think it's. I don't know if it has a hard. I think it's fairly simple. It's like canvas covered. It's a covered wagon.
Do you want it to be a hard top?
Okay, it's a hard top.
No, it doesn't have to be. It's whatever you want it to be.
I had it in my head. It was a canvas type thing.
Canvas is probably
Very much a
easier for
Wild
mountains.
West.
Yeah, well, it's more Wild West. Yeah, it doesn't have a door, just open at the back.
It's less and less like a gypsy.
It's no,
and
yeah.
more and more like a
It's
cat.
okay. Yeah,
With a canvas on top of the
yeah, it's a
top.
covered wagon. Like it's a more Wild West than gypsy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of Wild West style little cart or covered wagon. You know, it's like
It's still good to know.
Yeah.
It's still good to know. Okay, dokie.
it's like more for shelter than for warmth, and more for carrying stuff around than either.
How much of a problem is getting wet for your character? You're stony.
You used to live
Or
outside.
are you just grey skinned? I can't remember.
Kind of both.
I thought you were pebbly, because I'm grey skinned.
Yeah, I'm slightly pebbly.
Alright.
Like,
It is still
craggy.
it is still skin though.
But you can still
It's
get,
just
you
like
still
he's
get
got
cold
like
from the water.
essentially like
And
almost like a
that's
hard
actually-
hide.
Yeah.
Kind of like calluses.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like dry cold's good, wet cold's less good. You know, it's plus it, like, you know, you don't want
It's
to.
a failure. Not enough dip. You'll put it here and easy reachable people.
I was slightly further away.
Okay. So we'll move again. Cut all this side chat out. Stop it. Sorry, that was a bit harsh. That was meant to be funny. It seemed like I was just being a dick. So it is. We're just picking up quite literally after the naming. The naming ceremony has happened.
So
And
really, because we didn't get a new name.
no.
I was very sad about that.
They
I
talked a
wanted
lot
name.
about our names, though.
Yeah.
You were just right.
I didn't really give a shit about mine, but I think Craig was bored by that point.
I think my character was confused by the whole concept. He was like, I know
What do you
I
mean,
know who I
just-
am. Why do I need a name?
Beyond the whole
Game's actually
my
like
name in the original
Delaware.
language.
Yes, so it's quite literally just right after, and Barristan has kind of shimmied he's out of the room while he's continues to talk to the Dragonborn, and the other kind of Thanes have come with yous. I want you to make a perception check straight off the bat.
Oh, dice. I forgot that's the thing he was in this game.
6.
Nice.
Perception is so
Oh.
720.
No.
Not a natural.
That
one.
one.
Oh.
For him.
24.
That is a natural 20.
Do you know what? I'll just say if for you guys that got you's got below 10, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you's got above 20.
You got a nat 20.
That's pretty good. 24. So use both over here, kind of colder, leaning to Nelia, one of the other the masked thing, and he says, "I'm surprised they actually all got in." She kind of goes, "Yes. Well, I remember that there was only one of us that did." And I was like, "Yeah, well, you were definitely the best choice in that night." And then they go off to the kitchen, and you can kind of go and talk to people if you wish, or if you can talk amongst yourselves. If not, we'll just keep on.
I have a question. If no one's ever heard of that ritual before, and apparently a lot of people don't get in, does that mean they kill the people who don't get in?
What?
Who are you asking, by the way?
Everyone?
Well,
I'm not subtle.
maybe they detect that people are dishonorable. Dishonorable people deserve to be killed before they kill someone else with their stupidity and incompetence.
But why do you think people don't get in?
You just said so.
I mean, that is a point. I didn't have any context for that. I'm just responding on cultural instinct.
I'm being surprisingly quiet.
You have impressive hearing. Or terrible hearing. I mean, it's all those nights in the tavern of the music.
I do have good hearing. Thank you.
I've got all these notes, and they're all pretty,
But why do you think people that don't get in die?
Because otherwise there would have been rumors about the weird thing we just did without getting names, and I wanted a new name.
I think you might be thinking about this a little bit too much.
Probably. Let's not think about it anymore.
Maybe you should go back to your moss room and play around.
That sounds really strange.
Yes, but wrong. Yes.
Also, she managed to get an entire sentence out without mentioning the creator. It really shook her up, evidently.
Who?
Whose name I've forgotten.
Althea.
Althea.
If you can put these in front of you again if you wish.
Her love.
Bog.
Thalgol.
Mix.
Or, as my
Oh,
friends call me,
I'm gonna
Snake
point that
Bitten.
towards you, Craigsy.
Or Snaky, if you really like. You know me.
I imagine none of us.
I'm
The
not
name.
going to call you that.
The naming process gave me something to think about.
Or,
However,
of course,
I'm a proud member of the Thanes, it seems.
or of course, my nickname, even in Goliath, is...
You don't sound that proud.
I don't know what that means. We don't have that word
Let's
in
not go
for
there.
long.
I mean, yes, you're friends with snakes. They don't bite you.
True.
Okay, so you kind of spend, maybe kind of the later afternoon thinking about what it was and wondering whether or not the Thanes go around and murder people, and maybe having some short conversation with some of the other Thanes. At some stage, Barristan kind of gathers you together, and maybe you don't remember, but he is dressed in quite formal attire, and he has quite a nice blade strapped to his side, kind of not in full armor, but as kind of essentially smart dress.
Is the Dragonborn still kicking about?
You haven't seen him, but you can ask. He hasn't left and teleported, so you're pretty much sure he is. But whenever you left the ceremony, he did look exhausted.
So you may not be going anywhere immediately.
Yes. And if you wish to kind of maybe even track him down and speak to him, you can.
I'm not going to interrupt Barrister's ship
Okay.
first.
So Barristan kind of gathers you together and says, "Right, well, you're now officially our brothers and sisters. So, welcome to the Thanes. Because of the state of the keep and how many of you are, we're essentially going to get you sent out and sorted out straight away. So I don't really see any much point in wasting any more of the daylight in the travelling time. Just sort out any last minute things you need to sort out. Speak to the quartermaster if need be, and come up to meet me in my study whenever you are ready."
Okay.
And then he kind of bows and ducks out.
I'm just going to follow him immediately.
Okay. He doesn't kind of say anything while you're walking up behind him up the stairs, and he kind of goes upstairs and he goes open the door of the study and he turns around and he's just like,
Hello.
"Do you not have anything you need to get sorted out before you need to
No.
leave?" "Well, I don't want to repeat myself, so why don't you wait for everyone else?
Okay.
Maybe downstairs or with them."
Just going to go back downstairs.
Okay.
I go and see to my goats.
Okay.
It's like I make sure give him a good brush, take him into the caravan.
I'm gonna head back to my room, pick up my pack, get all my stuff ready because probably kicking around my room. It's been a few days.
Okay. Next,
Yeah, I was gonna. Grab my bag and.
yeah. I assume that you did go to your room because what I was going to say was there's a knock on your door.
That's convenient.
Yes. And
Lovely door
the door
knock.
just opens and didn't wait for you to say anything.
Mhm.
And it's
You need to pay for the lock upgrade.
yeah,
Yeah, well, no, I will install one of those.
yeah. At some stage,
That's my next thing.
and it's Nelia. She comes in and kind of mask on, simple kind of hooded shawl thing, and just kind of very plainish clothes. Now she's in her clothes, you can see more of her kind of feminine figure than her armor, which is
This is a booty call.
This is lost in you
It
due
is-
to you being a gnome.
yeah.
No.
Well, he can see the hips quite clearly because he's looking up,
It's just like, huh.
and she has like a
Lots
small.
of humans will probably quite that. Ew, he thinks.
She has a small pack, and she's just like, "Oh, I'm glad that I managed to catch you before you just kind of all went. Here it's nothing much, but it's just a kind of healer's kit to help along with everything.
Cheers.
You know, I feel like you may need it,
Ah,
so and I can.
a mixed
Okay.
lesson really there.
Oh yeah.
I would like you
the
to
smithy
survive.
person in this place?
That is.
Is that the door
quartermaster?
Elton.
Oh, it's the quartermaster. Okay, that's.
There was. Sorry.
I'm gonna go seek out the quartermaster.
Okay.
Just
He's in the kitchen currently enjoying some goat's milk,
Question about armor.
fermented goat's milk. Sorry.
Can I ask a quick question about armor in this game? Does
Yes.
it have a mechanical bonus?
Yes. You have armor built into your armor class. Your armor class is 10 plus your dexterity bonus plus your armor. Certain armors
Right.
limit
Why
the
are
amount of your
classes
dexterity bonus can have. Most of you probably have leather,
Yeah.
which only increases it essentially. What it says in the book is it increases the base to 11 rather than 10.
Right.
So,
Okay.
so it would be 11 plus your dex bonus.
My
Yeah.
armor class is
I have-
too low. That's
I-
nice.
I have no armor, but that gives me a bonus because I'm a
Yes,
barbarian.
because you're a barbarian, because you get your con added on something, don't you, as well?
Don't you start
So do you need
getting
really good
negatives
armor
to
for
shit
it to be
when
worth
you
it?
get like heavier armor?
Wait, I get my con added on
Yes,
as well.
yeah. Certain heavy armors
Okay.
give you
I'm okay
disadvantage
not
on
being
stealth,
hit, then if I do get
and
hit,
also
Nice.
limits the amount that your dexterity adds on to it.
Hmm.
So,
Great.
like for instance, like plate armor, I think doesn't give you any dexterity bonus, but it's a armor class of 18.
Oh, Jesus.
Whereas chain shirt or chain mail allows you only to have a dexterity bonus of +2, no matter what your dex is.
Wait, my dex is below that. Why don't I get on that?
Well, because you didn't start off with the game with it. That's
Um,
why.
But yeah.
And you haven't really been anywhere to go shopping yet.
True.
Hmm. There was someone that knew a bit about alchemy in the.
Yes, Tiberius Cass.
I mean, I don't think that's a quick conversation, so I'll leave it
Yeah.
till
Yeah.
after conversation.
Well, you can have it now if you wish.
But so yeah, quartermaster. He's drinking fermented.
Yes, and honey. And laughing with kind of colder in the kitchen. And Tiberius is there as well.
Hello. What's his name again? Elgin.
Eldon.
Elden.
Hello, Eldon. I'm not entirely sure how, look, you know I'm not very good at, cultural differences, he says, as if he doesn't entirely know what the words mean. You know, I'm very...
Okay.
But, since this afternoon, I've got an itch to smith things, and was wondering if you had any kit that I could maybe borrow or buy.
Does it also give you the ability to do leather working and stuff
Yeah.
as well? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I was just making sure because I'm.
Actually, that's the point.
One of the iterations it was just smithing, and then I think
Yeah.
I changed it to be a couple of different things.
smithing and leatherworking. And I incidentally am also a stonemason, but that's less important, I think, right now. I'll be cool later on, but not right now.
I mean, good for rebuilding this.
When I build my epic giant's castle and don't invite any of you in.
Or you get conscripted to rebuild the tower for us for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no honour in building people a free tower, I'm sorry.
No one accepting
and
payment
he's
for
like-
a job well done.
Well, you can always use my very pathetic furnace I've got in the back for, but I don't really. I suppose I could give you some sort of hammer you can use to maybe think some stuff out, but you can't really do much smithing on the road.
Good point, but also, I suppose if you have anything for leather work, it's a similar thing.
Yeah, I don't really like that. So, yeah, you can use my old leather working kit. Sure, why not? I think there is a lot.
If
You do realise these are all upgrades we're going to buy for this fucking castle?
it wouldn't almost certainly kill you, I would embrace you as a Goliath right now, Eldon.
Oh, I might be a gnome, but I'm pretty hardy.
You
And
can
he-
probably crush as long as one finger.
And he kind of raises a glass, and he's got his wee rosy red cheeks on the go, and he still does somehow have suit and stuff smudged on his face, even though the forge hasn't been lit in a few days. So I think it's almost like a mark of pride that he's wearing it. So he kind of takes out the back and gives you a very cracked kind of pouch, like leather pouch, and inside has indeed leatherworking tools. Okay. And they are kind of, the whatever you call them, like large piercing instruments and large needles and I'm trying to think of the ones specifically for making holes and all that kind of gumph. And also the
it's called like
shiv.
Was it a boar or something?
Yes,
It's called?
and the tools needed for tanning hide, and stuff. His a small notepad that he's put in with instructions on how to do stuff in his very terrible gnomish shorthand. Because if he hasn't, he maybe spends years in between doing stuff. But
can we speak to Eldon about rations?
yes, you can.
Well, I will make my way to speak to Eldon.
Okay.
He's got.
Yeah, we'll just say you're with them.
I'll probably arrive like straight after.
Do you think I'm literate?
That's up to you.
Good question.
That is up to you. I would say.
We have magical druid language.
You have the druid language, and that's more of a kind. That is magical, as in you would understand it. If you're willing to take the penalty, I would say that only you could speak common, or you couldn't read common.
I'm going to do that.
Because I don't think
There's no
and
way I
don't-
would be able to read.
And because you can speak giant for long or something, can't you? I would say you would have almost like maybe a rudimentary kind of Runish language, but a lot of your people probably speak Druidic, even if they're not druids. So I don't think. Yeah, sure. I like that. Yeah, you're illiterate. Nice. Well, hold on. Just before you want to speak, you can speak to Eldon now because Eldon's here.
Do you want the dog's thing first?
Yes, let's do
Oh, yeah,
those
no,
things first.
Yes, that was a tangent of a tangent of a tangent.
Yes.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Alright there, Tiberius. I was thinking it's quite like us not to die on our first trip out.
That would be good.
Yeah. Well, I heard you saying earlier
yes.
that you're a bit of an alchemist. I mean, I think I've just got this intuition after the naming thing that I can do some of that myself. It's just...
You want to prevent us from dying and are bringing alchemy with us. Is this a gnomish joke?
No, I mean, alchemy's good for not dying. It makes...
Yes, well, I don't
Like
unfortunately
a
have
healing potion, or we...
I don't have much on me.
Strength potion, you know?
Because
Tasty wee thing.
I was out getting supplies myself.
Potions.
But what I can do is I can maybe give you some of my old stuff that I have. I did make some poison for your friends, but unfortunately there was only enough for one vial.
Poison for your friends.
Poison
Poison for you. Poison for you.
You got poison.
The other
My-
party.
Can I ask,
Okay,
Oh,
they were
okay.
more suspicious than us.
what does alchemist supplies do? Because I'm proficient with them.
The alchemy supplies, they kind of allow you to make simple potions. To make the more complicated things, it takes days and stills and everything like that there. But normally you would need to either buy or collect them, and you can make kind of simple healing potions on the road. That's what I usually do. Because I'm not necessarily a very proficient kind of physician, unlike some of the other things here. So, but you can kind of mix them into a small bottle and let them ferment over a few days. Depending on their ingredients you get, they can actually be made in a day.
Sorry?
But let me see what I've got. Come on and have a look at my study or my lab. And he takes you up to the first floor on the right-hand tower where they all stay, and kind of above the above the War Council room, or whatever it's called, the council room, you can see kind of he's turned it into an alchemy lab. You actually seemingly have a lot of my lesser potions of healing that I printed out.
You already have one of those.
Yeah, so he will give you 2 more of them,
Nice.
and
Uses times three.
Yeah, I'll just put uses on the one that I have.
yes, yeah, that would be good. Roll me a persuasion check.
Sure.
With you asking for stuff.
Crit fail. Crit fail.
You can't crit fail checks. 8.
Um,
You can do them badly. You can't crit fail.
He just gives you the 2. He just gives you the 2 healing potions.
That is
And he says, yes, well, if, I'll be making more potions. I think I'll be probably more based here now, especially with the more things coming about. And so if you do happen to come across any reagents, any herbs or anything like that that you think are useful or know that will be useful, come back and perhaps I can turn them into potions for you, or even if you buy ingredients or anything like that there. And if you need any potions or anything identified, I should be able to help you out with that as well. And I can also make some other things, kind of using alchemy to infuse magic into certain little items and things like that there. Certain things that you might find useful, but I don't have a lot right now. TBD, I will give you a list of stuff he can make later on, and the more, if you wish to upgrade or help, and obviously during the course of stories and things like that there, the keep will just get upgraded itself over time. They'll be able to do more things for you, craft more potions and different things like that. I am looking for a certain item. There we go.
Give us them all.
Don't cheat. Stop cheating, boys.
I don't have specs, so don't worry, I can't read any of that.
Okay.
So, asking for food.
Yes, you want to speak to Eldon. So you can see Talgoth is speaking to him in the smithy.
Yeah, I might like basically wander up into the group, and if there's a clear hole in the conversation, just be like, Eldon, I was
Yes, anything for you, my beauty. As
Yes.
he takes another swig.
Yes, quite. A couple of things actually. Firstly, I was wondering if we could speak to you about rations for our forthcoming journey.
Well, I can give you some stuff. That fucking old boot, she came back with some meat, so we've got more of that drying. So I can give you, I suppose, the old stuff of that. You will have to either scrounge or buy your own after a while, you know, because you might be gone for months. I can't give you that many rations. I don't think you'd want to carry that around many rations.
Just to get us down the road, of course.
And
Of
never
course,
occurs to
of
us that we
course.
can claim team expenses on this job.
We fill your caravan with rations.
I just can assume people would.
Yeah. Well, he will give you roll 3d10 because this game's all about rolling dice.
Yeah, boy.
Roll 3d10.
No, I'm just gonna roll the same one 3 times. 3, 8,
12.
That's how many rations you get.
Not bad. Could be worse.
So he comes out with
Given to the person least likely to share.
yeah. Well, you know,
No.
these are probably all milling around, and the castle has this kind of buzz around it as kind of everyone's kind of getting ready to leave.
I've
and
never
stuff.
actually modified my rations. It was originally 4. How many would I have used it for?
They would have sorted you out for getting here.
Okay.
Imagine the start of the game as the game is going to ramp up more and
So I'm
more
adding 16 days of
Yeah.
rations and I'll work it out.
because
from
there's certain other rules that I would like to add in later on.
I didn't know
for getting
rations are,
named
or
and
if I
stuff.
have any.
there. Okay, so
I had 10.
I'll thank him. And as for the other matter, I had a rather curious moment in my room where
It wasn't me, I swear.
No, that's not what I meant. I was packing my bag and I couldn't help but notice how ornate the lock on the door was. I took quite a queer fascination of it.
Wait, what lock?
Not my door has a lock on it. Is that unusual?
I'm just surprised it still works.
Oh no, it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
But I was having a look at it. And I was wondering if you had any tools I could use to have a look at how the thing works.
I know what you're asking.
I know what it's asking.
Eldon does not. So he's like, well, I can have a look at the lock for you when you're away, because I don't think you're going to have time to fix it.
Oh no, it's more of a curiosity.
Oh wait.
You like locks? Do you want to take it with you? Do you want me to break it out of the? But then you're just going to have a hole in your door.
I mean, that's not a terrible idea.
Are we still around? Because
Yes.
Yeah, actually, are we around?
Yes.
But see, I mean, I'm a bit of a tinker, so if you want me to take a look at it as well, I could make a wee clockwork.
Are you guys all
probably.
mansplaining to me?
I'm not mansplaining. I'm genuinely skilled at making clockwork.
No, I don't.
Toys.
Even
I
though
think
I,
can
the
do
human,
a
I don't know if
lot.
Thalgol. Can I roll insight or something to see if Thalgol gets it?
No, we're not going to get it. There's no reason.
Yes,
for us to
roll an
expect it in
insight.
character.
You can roll.
That's why I feel like just getting it wouldn't work, but rolling at least
Yeah,
gives
Yeah,
it
that seems fair.
And you-
Maybe,
natural one.
maybe your character
You can
can
roll.
chance.
It's kind of a deception, I suppose.
I mean,
What-
I rolled a
wait,
natural
yeah, are we
one.
rolling-
What
I
of
just
your
wanted to-
charisma stats is the
Insight.
highest?
No, I was asking, are we
persuasion.
rolling?
Roll persuasion
advantage
with
thing?
advantage.
I always just wanted to give this some fluff around it rather than being, I feel like I like locks, give me a thieves toolkit.
See,
I 21.
I don't get
Did
it
you
at all.
do
I
that,
just
though?
think you're even weirder than I already
Cool.
do.
I didn't
It's
do
like-
that.
You just walked out and went, hi, I want to learn the smith, give me smith's tools.
Yes.
Why?
What else would his character do?
True.
But you don't know.
What
Whatever.
you want
Your
I was-
character would
I
be
was
uncomfortable
semi-heavy.
admitting they
Right,
want to
okay.
guide locks. So
It's fine.
That's why I'm not saying anything and picking locks.
Okay.
What do you want to use to look at the lock? Because I knew a guy once who had a magnifying glass.
I wouldn't mind one of
It
them.
was so cool.
I don't have one of them either. And he kind of leans in a little bit, and he says, "Are you asking me something?" And his hand kind of goes up onto your back a bit,
He's like,
or like this.
I slap him. He's probably used to that though.
Yeah.
He kind of rubs his face and
I'm like,
says,
You brute!
I don't have anything. Oh, but do you know what? I don't have anything. And he walks away.
Oh no.
Wow.
That's what I get for asking for something.
Wow.
And I walk away in a half.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
I leave the party.
You don't need to ask to walk away in a half. You're in a half.
I never asked, I just did walk away in a half.
He asked
Okay.
for something and then walked away now.
Do you have anything else you wish to do?
Go
nope.
to the study.
Yeah, let's go to the study. I'm ready.
Okay. So,
I'm sitting at the foot of the stairs when you get there, and I'm playing with some rocks.
Furball.
yeah.
Where
so,
you vulgar blog? Furball.
Bulk.
Bulk.
Furball.
Which rock is winning?
Rocks can't win.
You play different games from me. Come on.
So you just kind of make your way up the very square style spiral staircase up to the fourth floor, where there's two large rooms again. One side is the kind of the messenger bird room, and the other one is his study. So you kind of knock on the door. He bids you entrance. And by the way, I think he took it with him. Whatever fucking Scott's character's name is.
Holy fairy bastard.
Yeah, he's with you.
Oh no.
What is it?
No, I want to call it Rick's, but that's just because it's
No,
thinking
no,
that
no,
it's
no.
not.
It's got like it's got a C in the middle of it on.
I literally do not have it written
No,
down,
it was
so
a
I have it
short-
written down on these.
It was a short
A
one.
caraway.
Yes.
A caraway, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I was right at the began with A.
And we called it.
The C noise.
What was the short name?
I don't know.
I
You
don't
have to
know.
check for that.
Is a caraway
It's not there.
Oh.
That's the third party. So yeah, a caraway or a caraway is with you also. That's because obviously later on he'll be joining the game.
You don't worry, he was quiet anyway.
Yes.
Stone.
So
Same thing.
you see Barristan kind of sitting behind a large desk, and in this room has kind of more bookshelves and kind of rolled up scrolls and pigeonholes and things, and a couple of other desks actually that are around with maps and other notes, and some of you recognise that he has the bone that you found with the carvings on it. Actually, seemingly on a table that has some runes written around it. Anyone who wants to look at it or know any more can roll me an Arcana check.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm intrigued.
I might roll.
I'm.
Well, this is not
Basically
being
nothing.
mine,
Yeah, I'm not rolling.
11.
12.
I don't know what my character sheet is.
That looks like a character sheet.
Yeah, nothing. 11.
You aren't too sure of either the bone or what the spell is, but you all get the idea that it's probably some sort of protection spell-ish.
Am
or
I
something.
sure that it's arcane?
What was your knowledge of Arcana?
You the manner in which it's. I'm trying to. I know this is like deeper, lower world stuff. Whether or not divine casters would need to do some. No, you're unsure whether it's arcane or divine.
Okay, I just scoff.
Okay. He doesn't really. He's not. He's finishing writing something up anyway. So he says, yes. I know it's now grown quite late in the day, but I'm kind of eager, and I'm sure you are probably eager to get set off again. So, I think a few things first to be put into order. How much do you know about the Order of Thanes?
I know that the Order of Thanes is an order that fights things sometimes.
You have naming ceremonies.
There is grit.
Mhm.
You provide the opposite for grit. Honor
Okay.
fighting monsters.
Yes.
Yes, it's
That is apparently.
I'm
a
guessing
honor, not terrifying.
very, very broad strokes then.
indeed.
So, the Order of Thanes, there's many different orders. Our closest kind of orderhood would be the Order of the Rock, which kind of operate
Like, geographically, politically.
geographically closest. They operate nearly exclusively within the King's Guilds.
Where's the map?
Have in Faladin, which I'm guessing some of you know where that might be. If
Out
not,
comes the map.
Yeah, good.
comes his map.
Need a map.
He kind of stands up and goes to the wall and points to here. I want you to roll me a history check. You two don't need to, because you know the information I'm going to tell you.
Wait, who needs to roll? Do I need to roll?
You and
Oh,
What is
John.
history?
it is an intelligence.
Oh, there it is.
Actually, no, you would know this as well.
Okay, good.
17.
Okay, you've also heard from your limited travels. Faladin is essentially one of the largest cities in the north, and
I heard that the cities, the pavements were paved with real oak.
well, that I don't think is true. I think they're paved with stone like most other cities,
Well,
but
that's,
and you would know that that's where essentially the Dragon Triumvirate sit. Now, the political structure in the north is the Faladin is essentially its own state, and it doesn't really have any claim over any land. There doesn't assert any claim over any land nearby, apart from a few smaller villages and things like quite close. But essentially, and Nox would know a lot of tales and stories about how the dragons essentially won the Great War, and how they essentially set up the Order of Thanes. And he kind of roughly explains this to you as well. And he says, and obviously there's the Order of Dragons in Faladin. Now, if you do come across any other member, it is punishable by death if you strike another member of the Brotherhood.
What if we don't know?
There is obviously circumstances where sometimes either things might get out of hand, heated words, drink. If it is malicious, and if it is premeditated, he didn't hesitate, I did. Because I'm dyslexic and I was trying to think of the word. And I was really wanting to say prohibition for some reason. And I was like, that's probably not the right word. Then it is up to your order master, which in your case would be me, to dish out the punishment.
If we're defending ourselves, is that...
That would be one of the cases that would be under review. Otherwise, it would be, well, another member of the order would come out and kill you.
Right, so even if it's in self-defense, we should try and not kill them.
Yes.
Is a friendly wrestle allowed, as between good, honourable men? Or Goliaths? Mostly Goliaths, really.
Yeah, we're quite squishy.
I'm not...
I mean, not that I'm a man, but, you know.
I'm not a greenhorn around these matters. No, but obviously, after a few drinks, I'm sure even the Thanes under my command would get into a wrestle every now and again, or a punching match, especially with Eldon. But
Yeah.
bear in mind that I operate a very strict policy on this. We are one of the smallest orders, and some of that, has been on us. But now we are expanding, as are a lot of the other ones. So there will be a lot of new recruits, and sometimes, with the amount of gold and money that passes through your hands, people forget why they're doing this. So, don't.
Did you say that all the orders are expanding?
Most of them are, yes.
So gold and money would be passing through our hands, and that a pleasing prospect.
Yes. As I said earlier, we require you to keep track of what you do and also what money it is that you are paid, and we will take a 20% cut. Essentially, they go towards outfitting news and helping this get better, but obviously you can buy your own equipment and make other arrangements to get things. This is now when you see like a couple of different things sitting on his desk, on one of which is a kind of a leather-bound tome with a kind of drawstring around it and a small wooden box. And he kind of puts the wooden box on it and pushes it forward, and he says that's kind of a journal and a writing kit for you to make notes. And he kind of looks around, and he mainly looks at you two, Nox and Althea.
I'll
I look
pick it up.
panicked when he mentions that. I'm like,
I will lean forward and pick it up.
Okay.
Like, make sure the rest of the party doesn't get in the way.
I disapprove that if people write things down, they forget to remember them.
Well,
That's
it's
fantastic. Your
mainly
brain's not
it's mainly
remembering,
for our
drinking and thinking. And
it's mainly for our records, and you kind of notice that one of the bookshelves is pretty much full of
Okay.
these kind of similar books with things written down along
Do
the
not worry,
spines.
Grandmaster Barrison. I shall keep accounts of everything that happens.
Okay, kind of
I shall help.
that. Okay.
Yes, sure you will.
Kind of out of character. you can make notes if you want. You don't have to. Essentially, maybe at the end of like certain things, I'll say, "What would you like to leave out of your notes?"
Mhm.
Or I might ask, whenever you finally come back, "What have you left out?" It's more important for me, what they don't know than what they know.
So if we assume we write everything down unless we explicitly
Yeah.
say we don't.
I'm doing quite a good job of writing pictures.
Yeah. Well, if you want to,
Hey, you're actually.
if you want to, I'm happy enough. If you want to write stuff down and send them
We'll
to me.
just write on everything, because if you don't want to know, I'll write them down.
Oh, you write them down then, just like mud
plausible.
smear, mold.
I can write druidic, just no one else can read it.
As long as they don't get a druid on staff.
That's true.
They probably will at some point.
He says also, there's also some money here to help get you set off. Obviously, this doesn't count in regards to the 20%. We know this kind of business can be tough and hard, and you'll need to get supplies to get you set off. And he gives each of you a small pouch of 50 gold pieces.
Okay, that's more than triple my money.
Yeah, that's just
How
more
many
than
double.
silver pieces and a gold
I
piece?
wrote them down.
There's 10.
Can I borrow the rubber again?
There's 10 in each denomination. Apart from EP. EP is pretty much...
Ignore it.
Yeah, ignore it.
It's weird dwarvish nonsense.
Yes.
They have
Hell's
not
my money.
escalated.
There.
Oh, yeah, in a little tiny box.
Did you say
Because I
50?
got money from
50.
Daz.
Or a bit. I told Donald, hey, yep, my granddad gave me a small loan of 1 million gold pieces.
You can write down any denomination, really. I'm not going to be too strict in regards to that.
That's not a calculator.
So, like, if it's easier for you to say you have 100 silver, 100 copper, and then work it out, it would be
Yeah.
There's no way that's going to be humanly easy.
okay. Well, it's just in case it is, because some things you will be paying in silver and stuff in copper. Okay. He also has another book, which he kind of takes out, and you can see along the cover it says, in very faded kind of writing, Folo's Guide to Monsters. And he says, yes, well, this is it's an old text, but we the Folo family are still alive and kicking, and they essentially work nearly exclusively for the dragons. So we have kind of a newer edition, but obviously it doesn't have everything. But it should help you along your journeys. Usually, we train you, but your process has been expedited. So, and he hands out a Folo's Guide to Monsters,
That's where the rations were.
which whoever has it gives you advantage on Arcana.
I'll take
I'm
that.
gonna take that.
No, I want it. I've got Intel, I've got Arcana and Nature.
Fine.
Oh, I can't read.
You can't read
I
it.
can't read. Here you go, you have it.
It's already backfiring.
Wait, what is your bonuses to this stuff?
3 and 3.
For, what is it, knowledge and arcana?
Arcana and
and
nature.
Arcana and nature. Yeah, you're better off of it.
3 and 6.
Yeah, so
You
get-
would be better if you could read.
It's okay.
I can read it to you.
I
I would be more patient.
actually trust you with this one.
Yeah, so that gives you advantage on essentially knowledge checks in regards to creatures to know things about them.
So,
And
do we have a
Getting
job?
the impression you expect us to go away for a while.
well, it depends. Obviously, we've got word from he's an old friend of Calder's who lives in Kirk. He's looking for some assistant in regards with some matters. I mean, he's offered to pay quite well. Usually we don't do this kind of work, but he is a friend, so and that travel will probably take you at minimum a month, so you'll probably be away for a while.
I need to read quite well.
Obviously, Thanes are known throughout these kind of lands. So if you stop off in anywhere, there's usually be some sort of contracts for you to do, different jobs. We're kind of a little bit more out of the way here, so we don't get maybe as regular updates from the local rulers as other places. But
So, would we just announce our presence whenever we arrive in a new settlement and.
It's up to you how you
Yeah.
wish to do it, how you wish to conduct your business.
There's
Obviously,
no
realise
where we-
that anything you do does reflect on the things.
And this isn't an urgent job in Kirk.
As urgent as it can be, he knew that he was sending word to us, which we were at most a month away, so I can't imagine it would have been directly urgent.
Good point.
He's just offered some help, he's asked for some help and offered some work and payment in regards to doing it. You can speak to Calder more in regards to and he kind of looks down at his notes. I believe it's Turner. I don't know, some friend of Calder's, or whenever Calder was operating in that area. So, kind of lastly, you will be getting obviously some coin. And these things aren't necessarily easy to come by, but one of the other Thanes kind of donated this for you. And he has a small kind of pouch, maybe around about that size, and it has some kind of archaic runes kind of around the side, around the top of it, and it looks kind of beat up and a bit worn.
I make
A
a
present? What is
screwed up
it?
face, like
Since you say that, he hands it to you.
Cool.
disgusting.
For a minute, I thought it was going to be a beginner's guide to double
Hearing
entry
over the
bookkeeping.
side.
I'm not going to lie.
Inferior bag of
Holding.
holding. What name?
That is not a object blessed by the Allmother.
I'm currently got my entire arm inside the small bag. Be like, this is so cool.
What makes it inferior?
The size.
Oh.
Can't hold as much.
It can't hold as much.
Inferior. That's
Yeah.
how English works. Right?
Yeah, but
Is
I
that
wondered,
not right?
I wondered if
No,
it
no,
was.
it's right.
Okay.
No, I was saying.
I was wondering if I got.
No. I was taking the in off to make it swap the way around the word works, which is usually a rule in English, but obviously not because inferior bag is just nonsense.
Yeah, but I wondered if it was inferior because of its size, inferior because I don't know, maybe once every time you put something in it, you roll d20, and on a 20, it pops the thing back out.
Or
It's-
the
You
pocket
have
dimension
these
collapses
things
in
where-
on itself, taking
Yes,
everything
your
with it.
sword
Yeah.
came out as an inflatable balloon.
Yeah.
Have you ever given? There's a I can't remember which game, which this
Quite
is,
fun.
but there's you get given a bag of holding. You think it's a bag of holding, but it's actually a creature that just eats everything you put
bag
in
of
it.
devouring. So they, the limitation with that, it still actually can hold quite a lot. Is the size of the neck, because the different bags have essentially bigger necks, so you can put bigger items in. Because the bag of holding is actually the traditional bag of holding is a pouch, a saddle bag, and you're like, I put my armor in there, and you're like, no, it doesn't work.
Does it?
So the different bags have essentially they're
weight,
bigger.
How much of a problem is that?
Weight,
Hold up to 100 pounds, not exceeding a volume of 20 cubic feet.
Right, but do you
I
then
would-
hold
I would-
100 pounds?
I would ask you to keep a rough guide of how much you have.
So okay, so it does weigh what you put in.
Oh no, the bag weighs a solid 10. I believe that one does it, Dara.
Bag weighs 10 pounds regardless of the contents.
Yeah.
Cool. That was the question.
Bigger bags have obviously because I think the bag of holding can hold up to 1,500 pounds. No, that doesn't sound right. Maybe it's I don't know. It can hold a lot more weight and not super proportional.
So what you're saying is we need a bag of holding.
Yes, for money and
You should
such
get a
like.
bag of holding and put this bag of holding inside it.
Pyramid scheme.
Other magical items you do acquire will need to be identified from this point on, but obviously he's explaining these to you as well as handing them over.
Do we get a wee badge or something to show what we are?
Well, you mean the big shiny medallions, you mean?
Yeah, I forgot that was hanging around my neck, to be honest. Slipped my mind.
Yes, well, that's how you'll be able to identify other things. There is kind of a bit of innate magic in regards to that. You'll kind of be able to have a sense that whenever you meet other things or certain magical things, it's not overly strong, it's not necessarily overly apparent, but it is there, so you can watch out for it.
What kind of magic was that?
What do you mean, what school? I'm not a wizard, unfortunately. I'm not kind of versed in them kind of things.
Just wondering.
Gerald.
Right, well,
I'm pulling a face the entire time, by the way.
if there is anything else, the other thing should be able to help you out. Other than that, I believe you're kind of ready to get set on your journeys. Do you have any other questions for me?
Where are we going?
Nope. We're going to cook.
You're going
Oh,
to Kirk.
okay.
I do want to stress again that your actions do reflect upon the Thanes. Now, being a Thane does give you certain benefits in regards to the fact that you'll be crossing into different kingdoms and states and baronies, and the laws generally don't apply. Most places are, terrified of the wrath of Faladin, so the dragons. They're
Dragon.
scared of the dragons,
I am scared of those two. It's a good choice.
as you should be.
I have yet to meet a dragon.
You don't want to.
Dragons are essentially a nuclear bomb with wings and intelligence. They are, they decimate. They can decimate cities easily, and there hasn't been any time in recent history that the Triumvirate have done anything since the Great War. But there has been cases of, yous would know, maybe more Nicks would know than off the and actually, do you know what, Talbot, you would probably know some tales of dragons from the King's Wall from many, many generations ago, where they were great prizes to hunt. But they were essentially, dragons are they are not the intelligent beasts that you know until they get to a certain age. Sometimes, even when they're older, they're just insane. And being the Dragon Triumvirate have kept pretty much a close watch on any dragons that have been kicking around, and that's specifically merely what the Order of Dragons does. They're essentially just exclusively dragon hunters.
Doesn't seem like a nice thing for a dragon to do.
I mean, are dragons very nice?
Everything can be nice if you're nice to it first.
So adorable. It's a
That
lovely
is-
idea.
What the Triumvirate do, so who am I to question that?
Is Namer still around?
I believe so. I think he's down resting, but
Does he not have a name either?
he does.
Oh.
I would very much like to speak to him before we left.
Certainly, we can. He may be tired, but it takes a lot of time to do the naming process. But
Understandable.
you can still speak to him if you wish.
I may stop by on the way out.
Certainly. Well, if there's nothing else,
Let's go on an adventure!
I wish
Thank you very much.
good luck
Grandmaster.
and Godspeeds. And then he kind of goes back and sits and kind of doesn't watch you leave. He just starts going back and writing some notes. Probably what
in the
transferred.
bag. Take the rock out of the bag. Put the rock in the bag. Take the rock out of the bag.
I wish I found in so much joy as you, Furbolg.
Thank you.
So you
That's
wish to
so
go
nice.
and speak
Can
to
I
the
take the bag from you for a second and see what happens if I push the material at the bottom through the top of the...
Well, he's not turning it upside down.
When the bag is turned inside out, its contents spill forth unharmed. The bag will be put right again before it can be used.
And it is just
So the
whenever you
rock comes
open-
out the bag.
The
Yeah.
rock comes out the bag.
Do I get
Whenever
hit
you-
in the face by the rock?
Whenever
Yes.
you open the bag, it just appears like an empty bag. It might feel a bit tingly inside, and you're guessing that's the innate magic. You want to speak to the namer. You kind of go downstairs and you find he's just in one of the kind of good rooms in this tower. It's kind of a spare room, which you're guessing maybe why they didn't let you stay in this tower. You knock on the door? Or you come in? Yeah. So
I'm a pleasant person.
so he kind of the door kind of creaks open after what seems like maybe a minute or so, and you see the kind of the gold kind of dragonborn. Kind of, it looks very strange because everything is gold on him, but the kind of the dark gold kind of bags under his eyes, and he's got the kind of the clouded, blind eyes, and he kind of looks kind of at you. He's like, yes, sorry, I was resting.
Sorry to bother you.
Yes, Althea.
Yes.
Come in. And he kind of goes back and leaves the door open. The room is dark.
I'll stumble about.
Yeah, because obviously a blind person doesn't need candles or anything lit.
Am I there? Or is there?
You can be there if you wish. Yeah.
I'm going to hold my hand and produce.
Nah, I was going to go and see Calder.
Okay.
I'm going to follow it out there, I think. And just stand there holding a
Awkwardly
fireball.
there.
Yeah.
They're just gonna
Obviously, the blind person also doesn't react to that because
Yeah, I want
They
to touch
can't see
Calder,
light.
given, you know,
I would scoff at you, but
in my
I
notes it says
understand.
he killed
so.
a vampire in Kurt. I kind of
So he
Divine magic.
want to know if we're fighting vampires.
it's a
Oh.
it's a very simple room. Like it's just essentially got a bed and a kind of a chair there, and maybe like a trunk, and you can see that he's got his robes kind of over the end of the bed, and you can see that he must have been lying in bed. And
Well,
maybe there's a
I'm
small
first.
tray of food there as well. And he kind of says, sorry, I don't believe there's any furniture in the room apart from the bed, but by all means take a seat.
I'll sit in the bed then.
Okay.
He's just in the chair.
Have you no
I know
propriety?
he sits on the floor, he doesn't know the chair's there.
Oh. I will mistakenly assume that he's done that on purpose.
Yeah, so he kind of sits on the floor, kind of cross-legged, and he looks quite meek. He's like, yes, well, is someone else here as well, I think?
Hello.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Hello.
Furbolg's here.
Well, what can I do for you?
Well, specifically, I wanted to ask you. You mentioned that we were similar because you yourself were dragonwoken. It's not a term that I've ever heard before.
During the ceremony, I go into a kind of, I forgot that he's like a lizard, so he should have a bit of a list. I go into a kind of trance, so I don't fully remember everything that I said, but I suppose I am, being dragonborn. We are shaped over years being just close to the dragons, sometimes dragon bestowed by dragon magic, so and you of course being, well, an Azamar. So
Dun, dun,
So,
dun,
What's an
dun.
Asimar?
Land here.
it is
Let me explain to you.
yes.
I'll
yes,
cover.
sure.
I'll cover all bases with Furbolg. Don't worry, Furbolg. I'll explain.
Okay. Also, have you met a dragon?
I have, yes.
Are they nice?
Got to know.
In the sense I think that you mean, they are kind, yes, I suppose. But nice, like everything, is, I don't know, a point of opinion.
Can I steal some cordial?
Yes, of course, yes. Help yourselves. Apart from some of the juices, or not, you don't have them, fuck that. Yeah, they are nice, yeah, I suppose. They have a purpose, so they ask a lot of those that follow them, so not a lot of you, I suppose.
Just to be clear, the term dragonwoken
Yes.
has no intrinsic meaning behind it. It just means that you yourself are a dragonborn who has achieved a sense of meaning.
Well, Dragonborn at a certain stage in generations, we can have children that look like us, but and I am, from an old family, but it is usually the magic from the dragon that creates Dragonborn. So they are human or dwarven or elven family that
to be more stable.
work with the dragons or have contact with
It's
them
planned.
can have dragonborn children, so they can be.
I think they entered the table.
I understand.
I think it was more a turn of phrase because
Definitely
something
trying to copy his
broken
structure.
or something maybe.
I simply wanted to
I think
try
as
and
long as you leave
understand
the D4 to
better
the end, you're
what it
mostly
was
okay.
what it was. I understand it's a very arcane thing that happened, but I'm still trying to process the whole event.
As in, well, it's old magic. These terms, arcane and divine, are. It's old magic. All magic comes from a source. Yes, more of the arcane, and we do have Riahid. She runs the mage school in Valadin. They do pull from the weave and cast their spells, but what happened was old magic. It was not arcane and it was not divine.
You've given me much to think about. May I ask you your name?
An order of science. I think it's probably not going to
Yes, I suppose now we are kin. My name is Boran.
Didn't know you were related.
Did you say boron?
Boran, Brun.
Very good, Bron. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Casual, almost Game of Thrones names. We've got Barristan, we've got Braun.
Yeah, Barristan's just because he's a fucking badass character.
Yeah, Barristan is a badass.
I will leave you to rest, and I will take Furblog with me.
Yes, well, it's very pleasant, and it's always pleasant to speak to you, Furblong.
Hello.
I shall be going back to Valadin at some stage, but I may be popping in and out now.
That'd be lovely.
And of course, anytime that you are in Valadin, you're welcome to, come and say hello.
I basically stand up, walk over to the door, and sort of maneuver you out the door.
Okay.
So yeah, and
Say
I've gone in
bye,
search of
Furblong.
Calder.
Bye,
Yes.
Furball.
So Calder is currently training with his ward out in the front.
I'm going to modify my character's age
And
down a bit.
no, the thing is, you don't have to. Furblong could.
I just want to.
Okay.
It hasn't come up yet, therefore it's changeable.
Yeah. Even if it comes up, it's whatever. Anyway, you come and you see Calder training with his ward in the courtyard, and he kind of goes, "No, keep that arm up. You're gonna cut to shreds. Come on." And he's like, "Go through the steps again." And you see they've kind of set up some kind of rudimentary, essentially log training rubbies. They're just a log, and he's essentially just hitting the log with a very dull sword. I want you to give me an insight check.
Everyone?
Well, whoever's there. You two are currently not there.
Oh, we're not there.
No, because this is what's happening while you're talking.
19.
15.
Okay. Whenever he calls his ward he, you notice a grimace, and you don't know if it's because of the manner he's addressing him or something, but the kid just doesn't like it's mainly more he doesn't like being addressed like he's being addressed by Calder. But he does do what he's told, and he's starting to keep his arm up, and Calder kind of nods towards you as he sees he's coming out. He's like, "So you're getting ready to go then?"
Indeed, Thane Calder.
Yeah.
We're going back to your old stomping grounds in Kirk.
Okay.
Since you have engaged in honorable combat there before, I wondered if you had any advice to impart.
Well, I know probably you'd be fine in a city, but have you ever been in a large city before?
No.
It's tight and it smells. And people don't like getting their face smashed in.
The smell is.
People tend not
Our
to like
city-
getting their face smashed in. But
I mean,
I will
it's-
keep the smells in mind.
It's an acquired taste, but really, the smell of a large city can't be.
Well, we'll agree to disagree.
I think we must.
But
It's not like this lovely clear air. It's
I would be, especially if we're going that close to the border between Muria and Kirk, and this is something that you would all kind of know anyway. The kind of the tensions are getting high, so be on the lookout for bandits. Probably soldiers from both sides.
Deserters.
Well, no. Mainly they're just not in open war yet. So. But that's probably going to break out soon. Sooner
Right.
rather than later. And then you'll have all the carrion eaters. And, yeah, so.
And,
how fast
and,
your caravan? Quite fast.
and anything specifically about... who's it we're going to go and help again?
He just said the name Turner.
Anything specifically about this Turner? Do you know what he might want?
Yeah, Barristan mentioned he hopped in. Lewis is a good friend. He helped me whenever I was hunting the vampires there. He runs, he's like a historian of manors, an archaeologist, I think they're calling it nowadays, antiquarians or something. They like all old artifacts of, kind of the old Tidian Kingdom things, and he's a smart man. Do kind of wish him well from me.
Certain inlate Thane Calder.
Do you
Did he
call him Thane? Now you're a Thane.
I'm still calling him Thane Calder. You don't have to. Well, not that you would anyway.
Make another perception check. And this is everyone can do it, because this would have been over the kind of the course since the naming ceremony.
Yeah, 6.
Perception.
Also 6.
5.
19.
My
Okay.
rolls.
You notice, and it's maybe more since you've actually spoken to Barristan, and then you've spoken to the Namer. The Namer had his own kind of thing, which is a kind of a isometric dragon. You notice that Barristan's medallion is seemingly... you don't know if it's made out of a different material, but it definitely seemed shinier. And you notice with the other medallions, it's the same. Yours are...
Plebs.
Yeah.
Good pleb medallion.
So they're not essentially like a completely dull shape, like, on shiny metal, but they are... These people clearly have... There's some form of hierarchy, even though a lot of Thanes are just called Thanes, apart from, maybe Pacific jobs they have in different orders.
Well, good thing for our balls of communists.
But that might even just be this order, you don't know, because it's so small. There's not much point of having like essentially lieutenants and captains and things. But he says, well, best of luck, and I suppose. Did Barristan say anything about like Turner messaged in, or
Not
No.
really, no.
He's pretty tight-lipped.
well, he may just be. I know whenever he kind of was helping me, he had a lot of different pots on the fire, so it may just be that he needs some help with some of them.
Vampire problem there. Is it likely to be?
It should be
related?
resolved.
Alright.
It took a while
That's
and a lot of bodies, but I did kill the master, so not saying that there couldn't be any more, but who knows. Roll me a history check.
8.
6. I have 5 history.
You just
Oh no, sorry.
you,
4.
haven't, unfortunately, being a bit out of the loop recently, you haven't heard many of the songs because maybe you had your shop, being interested in music and different things.
Well, I
You
was
may
in
have listened-
prison for quite a while.
Yeah.
As well, so.
You've missed all the new hits. And kind of that's mainly how a lot of
the
news
pops.
gets passed around.
Yeah.
Is essentially by bards making songs of it, and obviously the most skillful bards try and tell the story as closely as they can while making it entertaining.
Really?
Well, in this universe they do. Obviously, there
And
is always
Calder here was 12 foot tall and had a dick that was made of stone.
there is obviously always the hacks that probably will become more commercially successful.
I would never
But
say scandalous nonsense.
true bards like perhaps even Nox would, being that that's how they whatever. Okay, so are you ready to get going?
Last
Yes.
thing is I need to speak to Furball.
Okay.
God damn it! Let's go to an adventure
Is
already.
it a 2-minute conversation? Is it-
Hello.
Do you remember how he mentioned with the Asimov?
Yes.
Do you know,
I have a perfect memory now.
do you remember? Do you know what an Asimov is?
No.
Do you know what an angel is?
No.
Do you know what a god is?
No.
I'm special.
I'm gonna pat you on the shoulders like, we're all special.
Good. Now, you can tell. Do you know what a secret is?
Yes. I have heard of them.
What do you like? What do Furbolgs like?
That is a very complicated question. I'm literally gonna zone out
Is
for
what
a few minutes. What were we talking about?
Do you want me to be your friend?
I think you're already my friend.
Or does it keep me your friend?
Not if you don't want to be.
Furbolgs are very complicated creatures. You can say whatever you want, I don't care.
Oh.
And then we can continue onwards to go find you guys and work out.
Like, guys, guess what?
What?
Althea is related to the namer.
Yes, we are kin.
He said so.
Which.
I mean, how many generations back do you, if it's an inch a generation, let's, shall we work out how far back it is?
I believe there's a lizard in the timeline.
Well, who am I to judge?
Oh, you bastard. Why did I give up sugar?
Why did you give up sugar?
Yeah,
It's January, so let's give something up.
No, you're thinking of like April.
No, well, I don't do that. I don't do that, that's religious.
Okay.
I mean, your dad's a minister, isn't
That's
he?
why I'm not religious.
So you just get kind of the wagon all set up.
I assume you two are going to tell us what you learned from
yeah,
Calder.
of course.
I'm going to tell you the namer's name so you can address him.
What was the namer's name?
Braun?
Braun.
Bronwyn.
I realised I should write down names. Very bad at remembering names.
No,
That's why I've got the
Bronwyn.
I can just ask the GM because
You're
I
so
have
powerful.
9 feet.
Yep.
Bronwyn with power.
Sometimes I might have to ask other people, but that's fair enough too. Okay, so you just kind of get the wagon all set up.
I don't know why I did this. I don't
And-
like caramel shortbread.
I hate you. I hate
Do you
you.
want the rest?
No. Yes.
It's only half a caramel shortbread.
It still counts.
Don't make people
don't-
give up on their
So
attempts.
good.
Okay, I just don't
Make
want to.
better.
Also, don't want to waste half a caramel shortbread.
If you
Well,
don't wanna-
maybe instead of
yeah.
having one, I will have your.
I mean, you can have mine. You can have that and presumably another one.
I mean, we'll see how I feel after I've had this.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of caramel shortbread.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All of you guys.
Okay, so you get the wagon set up, you get a ring in the back of it, and you get setting off. We'll say for kind of convenience that you are also given maybe a small map of the Northern Territories as well on some kind of film or something.
So if we get lost, they can just we're the
Well,
blame.
So it is not, ordnance survey map. It is still a bit abstract.
There are some here be probably not dragons for political reasons.
Take
but
a
here,
left at the stone.
No,
here be trolls and
here be. I might be slightly offended if there's a here be Goliaths and one of them with like a really badly drawn things like.
So,
Is there not actually any Goliaths there? Is that why you're upset?
Which,
Because
No,
the
the
drawing has pointy teeth and he always wanted pointy teeth.
I mean, sort of. Let's go with that.
so you just kind of turn back and
Also,
have
the proportions are all wrong.
okay. So you just kind of just leave out on the wagon and you just turn back and have a look at what is your now new home, which you are leaving rapidly, being kicked out. And you can see kind of the waterfall just behind it again, and the kind of the sheer cliffs around, and the large forested kind of valley in front of you. And you get that, maybe some of you's got that itch to get back out, hunt some monsters, get bitten by some snakes, and maybe some of yous were starting to get a bit settled, and then you're now thrust onto the road again, but at least you've got a wagon.
Oh yes, I love fighting animals to the death.
evil countryside.
So you start traveling through the kind of the relatively picturesque Boulder's Valley, and I want one of you to roll me a d4, please.
I'll do it. 3.
Okay. So you travel for a few days through this forest, and it's quite dense, and it's maybe a bit slow going with the wagon, but not that much slower than
I mean,
normal.
this wagon is meant to go on mountains, so like
yeah, but it's more the space as the issue.
yeah, that'd be an issue. There's lots of space on mountains.
Yeah. So you're maneuvering, and it's not that much slower. It's just sometimes it feels maybe a wee bit slower because you're having to go round trees and things like that. There, it's not just a straight path. You spend 3 days kind of traveling. You just get up the next kind of morning. So this is what is essentially going to be called like a focus day. While you're traveling, these are going to happen every now and again. There's focusing on different areas, and depending on how forested or you're traveling along roads. And it's essentially a chance for random encounters and other things like that there to happen.
Are you happy for us to burn through the rations that you were given?
Oh yes, these are shared rations. Yes.
Oh
Yeah, because that would have used all 12 conveniently.
Yep.
And that's how we die.
I mean,
It's fine. I still have
I've got
9.
Oh, okay.
I've got 10.
I got 5.
I mean, we can. I don't know.
Let's,
This area is
I assume
obviously-
we can scavenge something.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll go out with my javelins and
Well,
javelins.
I'll take off the 12, so I'm back down to 4, and then we can start deducting separate ones from that.
Yeah.
3. So use can scavenge and stuff. Mechanics wise, it doesn't really take too much more time because you would be stopping maybe for lunch, and maybe then someone would go out and grab some food. Depending on the area, it might be pretty meek pickings, and also it might not be food that you're used to eating. But forested places are not so bad for both berries and maybe small game.
What do furballs eat?
Everything.
Leaves,
I need to get
grass.
a D6 out. Or do you know what? You can all roll this kind of stuff. So you kind of set off again in the morning. If any of you wish to have any conversations, you can, but I'm just going to kind of push you along here a wee bit.
Rather than a lot talker.
Yeah.
You probably have been chatting and still getting to know each other a bit better. You know, maybe Nox and Tulgoth are kind of maybe sharing some tales of stuff, and you're probably praying and meditating, and Verbalong is just, I don't know, enjoying the ride.
Staring around, finding some mushrooms.
Yeah. Who rolled the d4?
Trouble.
Okay, well, someone else roll me a d6, please.
5.
Okay. Roll
We
me a d12.
Oh dear.
Chaining rolls.
I'm sure it's
10.
It's all good. We get 10.
Those are nice high rolls, Michael. Well done.
Okay, so as you're kind of traveling through this kind of valley,
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
It's kind of, you know, you kind of end up, you're like, this is a mountain cart, and then so you're like, fuck this, and you start moving up a bit of a mountain, and as you're kind of coming up into kind of the less dense trees, you in the distance spot what appears to be kind of like an abandoned, well, what you I think is an abandoned log cabin in the distance.
What a strange place to have a cabin live uphill.
Yeah.
What? Here in the clean air? The only thing that's wrong is it's not far enough up the mountain.
It's a nice civilized place to rest for an evening if it's.
I do agree. It's something over our heads.
Those logs are in a very unnatural arrangement.
Yeah, and I mean, I think some creatures have intentionally.
Oh, it's a nest. That makes sense.
Yeah, a nest. That is all. That's good.
Third block, you go first and investigate.
Okay.
Hey, we'll not.
We'll just go together.
Just go together.
So, let's go up to the log cabin.
Okay, he's just thundering up along road.
I mean, I was gonna sneak up, but if he's just went up, then I'm.
Yeah?
Yeah, the
too
wagon,
late.
the wagon's not a quiet thing,
I wasn't going to sneak
That's
in.
correct.
like-
I forgot we were traveling. that way.
and it's a wagon rolling, the wheels like kind of tumbling, you get closer and closer, and there's the overgrowth has not necessarily overtaken the cabin, but the kind of trees that were maybe cut down around, some of them have started to grow, and there's bushes and things. The closer you get, it does seem to still be abandoned, and you're now pretty much pulled up into the small clearing in front of it. You can see that part of the roof is maybe collapsed in, but apart from that, you know, and the shutters are kind of off, but there seems to still be a door, but there doesn't appear to be anyone home.
And there a knock on the door.
Okay.
You want to know?
You go up and one of the panels kind of cracks slightly. No, actually, no, it wouldn't, because it's not that old. Yeah, you knock on the door, and the door kind of rattles a bit, and it kind of opens slightly.
I think it has been abandoned.
Seems likely.
I mean, it's not exactly my kind of place, but if you smaller, less cold-resistant creatures want to go in,
I am cold resistant.
What time of day is it?
This is like, you know, approaching afternoon.
Oh, right. Never mind. It's like.
approaching noon.
All right,
perhaps.
let's have a look around. Who would leave a cabin in such a nice place? Maybe we built one further up the mountain, like a sensible man.
So you go in.
Yeah.
I'll stay outside.
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm gonna go in.
Okay, so and Caraway maybe stays with you outside. But the three of you go into the cabin, and a lot of the furniture is either broken or it's there, but it's got a thick layer of dust, and there's leaves have been blown in, and there doesn't appear to be much value here. But, okay, what you can do is, if you wish, you can investigate or use a perception check to find things out. I will not always hold your hand and tell you to do checks.
Can I do
Yeah.
a survival check to try and find out what kind of creature lived here?
Yes, of course you can.
25.
Okay, so you're walking around and you have a look at the bed, and you're kind of maybe go into the what would have been maybe like the kitchen pantry type thing, and you can see that there's some like clay jars that have been broken and other ones that have dried out food in them and things. Whatever was living here has been a long time, well, maybe about a decade. But you believe it would have been one of these kind of maybe civilized folks, or what you would prescribe as civilized humanoid, but they were living in the woods, so maybe civilization wouldn't deem them to be so civilized. Does anyone else wish to do anything?
I'm not sure if it would be perception or investigation on the ground, if there's any sort of dried blood trails.
Okay, if you're specifically looking for that, I would say that would be a perception check.
I think I just have a general nosy around.
That would be investigation then.
Yeah, no, well, 5, so...
10.
Okay. You don't see any kind of necessarily blood trails, and it's been so long, but even you would maybe expect to find some bones. You maybe do find some small things where you're like, oh, this is it, but it's like a cracked rabbit bone or something that's just been white. You're kind of giving the place a good once over. At one point, you kind of step on something and it creaks, but apart from that, you're like, you don't see anything obvious, and plus, like, who builds a hut? You've got caves and everything.
Exactly.
Can I nosy around, but only because they're nosy around?
I think I'll leave after I finish my once over.
I'm going to do insight, whatever that is.
It would be an investigation or a perception.
Deception.
Insight this cabin. I know what it's feeling.
Oh no, I'm gonna investigation. Why is perception? Oh no, I was reading that wrong. Now I'm going perception. 17.
Okay. So you're kind of looking around while they're doing this after you've kind of decided that it was some sort of man probably lived here. Or woman, of course.
Possible human.
Yes, and whenever Thalgoth, sorry, is that right?
It's Thalgol.
Thalgoth. So I was looking, but I couldn't quite figure it yet. Thank you. You notice whenever he stands in that thing that creaks, a small section of the floor seems to go down, but it's only a small section.
It's a trap. I'm gonna go over there and hit it.
Okay. So you hit it, and you realise that there is
Make a
actually
dull
indeed a thin
hollow
line. So it's maybe not a trap; it's a trap door.
Hey.
It's a trap. It's a thing to make people fall through, and there'll be spikes at the bottom. I found one once.
Not quite sure that's what that is, but I'm gonna open the trap door.
Okay.
Oh.
It's a bit awkward just because there doesn't seem to be an obvious way to open it, but you think that's maybe just because of the dirt. But you do get it opened, and you do realise that there's maybe a small basement
I can get
underneath.
some tracks of stuff and use it as leverage. I'm sure.
Yeah, so there's a small basement underneath, and it's not necessarily very deep. You're kind of comfortable.
How likely
These
did you shout
two
trap
are
door?
almost like
Wait, I've not got in.
okay.
I'm
Well,
looking
if
at.
you look to go in, you would have to crawl.
Yeah,
assume
nope,
my
not
character is
happening.
loud at all points.
Yes.
If he shouted trap door, I might poke my head in the door like.
Yeah, I'm not going
you
in
see,
there.
You see Nyx open it up, and you can see kind of the sun shining through what appears to be a small basement.
Where am I?
And even from this, you can see that there's a lot of debris and rubbish underneath the small basement. You go in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there wine in there? I'm
so-
told humans like to keep wine underground for some reason.
Not sure this cabin is gonna have a wine cellar, but I'll let you know if I find it.
Or
Would
no?
you like some light? I can make fire now.
How dark is this?
You've got dark vision, no?
Oh yeah, no, I do have
Yes.
that. So no, I'm all good.
Okay.
So the kind of very dry interior of this place, because it hasn't rained in a few days, is luckily saved from any embers that may spark off from your head fist. But
I'm just gonna summon a fireball.
you go in,
Okay, me.
and there's kind of
Your door
it
on.
appears to be actually what looks to be very rusted suit of armor, and some kind of weapons and things like that there, but being in this very damp environment hasn't been good for them. But what you do see is what appears to be a kind of a quiver that has, roll me 2d6 please.
6, 9.
Okay. 2d6 arrows, and on these arrows you can see tiny runes are sketched into the arrowhead and along the shaft near the top. And how much did you roll? What did you roll?
6 and 9. Sorry, 9.
9, that's how many arrows you find.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I thought we had
I
to
thought
roll
we had to roll to
investigation
find
check.
what the keys were.
Oh shit, yeah, give me that back.
I can identify. So
yeah, you
let's
can
say.
identify my
Do you have an identify kit?
Yeah, I have the identify spell.
Oh, you have the identify spell?
Yes, I think that's one of my. I think I took that as a first level
Okay.
spell. Just check.
Hold on.
We're not taking your
Yes.
free identification.
Give me the thing back anyway.
So let's say that I used a spell.
Well, you
since
need
I already
to read the
read.
house rules because an identify spell works different.
Oh, okay, cool.
Can I
Obviously
have a
didn't
look
know
at your
that.
thing for the house rules?
Somewhere.
But you find them anyway.
The
So
house rules
mark
are your knowledge of the
9
house
magical arrows or 9
Which
rune
rule?
mark.
Yeah, my ghost is gone.
Yeah, 9 rune mark.
Identify spell. It now takes 10 minutes to cast and uses an identify kit instead of the 100 gold piece pearl as its material components.
Yeah.
So you do need an identify kit.
Yeah, so it has 9 rune etched arrows. Thank you for reminding me of that, Dara. Take 15 experience.
Hey!
Actually, sorry, you're level 2. Take 30 experience.
Hey!
And you do also find what weapons are you proficient with?
I'm proficient with.
Are you proficient with any
simple
bows?
weapons.
Yes, simple weapons.
Yeah.
Okay. So you find what appears to be, you're guessing maybe a longbow. You've seen short bows before on strong, but make it look quite weird because it looks like a bendy stick. But you find this kind of plain hardwood unstrung bow as well. It's worn and it has scratches on it, but there is some simple runes carved into the shaft as well.
Okay.
I'm proficient with martial weapons. I could probably recognize it for what it was if you showed it to me.
Yeah, it's a longbow.
It's like,
It's a longbow with some magic.
well, it's a longbow by the human scale anyway. So.
Yes, by the human
Ah,
There's a toothpick then.
it is a small person longbow. Oh, or, as we call them, a medium bow.
How important is the identify spell to you in your previous business or businesses?
I mean, I imagine it would have been somewhat important because I was selling totally.
I will
legal
say to you-
substances all the time.
I was because
So I would want to check that my sellers were selling me what they were saying they were
you
selling
probably don't have one on you right now, do you?
me. No, I don't.
I will say you can buy one. They're usually 50 gold. I'll say you can retroactively have one for 25.
I will take that deal.
Okay.
For
So you have them 2 items, but you don't know what they are yet.
And I can
Apart
only-
from if
and
you
I can
stole a
only
look at that sheet
that.
that I
Tell
gave you.
what one of them is.
Yeah.
Could I not, Arcana, try and find out what they are?
You, yes. Okay, I will let you do that.
So I have detect magic, if that's necessary. I know it's necessary.
You know they're
That's fine.
magical anyway, mainly because
They have
everything
runes
else
on
they
them.
survived and they've got runes on them. Magic items are usually a bit more hardy than regular stuff, and you can Arcana, but it is depending on.
You Arcana.
For Arcana, it's maybe more the knowledge of magical items. So you've maybe heard stories of them and stuff. So you can always try.
Well, I will identify the longbow.
It takes 10 minutes to cast.
Yes.
So you just
maybe
maybe
try just do my free one first before you spend your thing.
Well, there's 2 things, so I figure.
Oh well.
I believe with the identify spell, you can identify pretty much every magical item you have.
Oh right.
Batch process it.
I don't think you.
I hold on to both of them.
Well, it's essentially
Smear the cat
it's a ritual. It has become a ritual in the new book. So or
Right.
in the house rules. So essentially, you sit down with them and you go, "I'm going to do this," which you can do in the van.
So you're
Yeah,
yeah,
I
you're going cool.
I will wait till we're on our way to
where-
do this.
But Dara, Furblong, you can by all means make a Arcana check to see if you understand what they are. If you've ever understood this magic before.
No, I got 12.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I might as well try that.
Yeah, you can. Anyone can if they wish. Obviously, the DCs will be different depending on if you're proficient and things like that there.
I scoff at the runes.
So this is an intelligence check on an item. Yes.
Yes.
So I get to double my proficiency. That didn't help.
Fucking hell, Doug.
What are these cursed dice you gave us?
Yeah, 6.
Well, by all means, bring your own dice. These aren't specifically cursed dice. They're just dice that I have.
Craig's dick dice that
Yeah.
he's put in the oven to make sure they're like all the way.
Unfortunately, you can just tell most things are magical just by picking them up. Magic wants to be released from whatever it's been put into, but you
Do I get anything from 12?
you recognize maybe some of the runes on the arrows seem old kind of runes. There's some sort of elemental thing, but you're unsure. Did you get it up to 10?
No, I got 6.
Okay. Yeah, you know nothing. Jon Snow.
Yeah.
Well, have you
Or
lost? Has he
Knox.
lost his identity kit now, or?
No, I'll use that once the caravan gets
Yeah. So,
All right. Well, let's go.
Yeah, there doesn't
Yeah.
unfortunately seem to be anything else. So you're going to cast a spell when you're in the back of the kit. Make sure you mark off the spell or do whatever it is you do with it.
Yeah.
Can I? It doesn't. You don't need to make a roll for identify, do you? Sorry, I don't have the fucking rules on me, so I can
Do we actually use a bow?
My memory of identify is that it works.
you can just cast it and you learn it.
Can you actually use a bow?
Yeah, I think longbow is included. Is longbow a simple weapon?
No, it's a martial weapon.
Oh well.
Then maybe not bow.
Well, no, it's still useful to you can use.
I can use martial weapons as well.
I can use martial weapons.
I mean, I've got a
Just
fucking
picture your-
hammer.
Can you imagine?
True, but you probably should not be close to people, so you
Can you
should
ima-
It'd
probably
be handy to have as well.
I'm just imagining you going to rage and be like, I'm so angry, I'm shooting arrows at you.
I think
Right.
I literally have to be in melee range. Have to
Oh,
make
yeah.
melee attacks for the
I
range.
think
attack.
Doug, you were actually correct in regards to identify only works in one item, but you can have both of them for this spell.
Okay.
Just put the bow in the arrow. In the arrow.
The arrow in the
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Maybe change. Well, maybe play about with that, but we'll say you can do two. You can do them too, because they're not that strong magical.
And they're obviously paired.
Yes, pretty much.
Can someone please move those caramel shortbreads away? Like, my cravings are getting out of control.
Oh, Dara.
Oh, I like the selection that people have taken. It makes me happy.
Well, bow is absurdly large for me, to be honest. So.
Yeah, it would be.
I
Does
mean,
anyone else got an interest?
if no one else wants it,
I mean,
I am a fine shot when
Is it-
need be.
are those runes magical?
Oh, I don't know.
The bow does require attunement, doesn't it?
What require what?
Attunement, yes.
So what's that mean?
Attunement items, you kind of know that attunement items, the innate magic in it, kind of helps it scale to the person's size. Magical items are the only thing that does that though.
I'll be like,
Just a wee bit of magic, I think.
But it has to be, it's attuned. It has to be attunable. If it's not attunable, then it doesn't scale, unfortunately.
they do not interest me. They are not of the Allmother.
Well, then,
There you
guess
go.
what? Guess who's shooting things?
Oh, no magical arrow for me.
Enjoy your heathen items.
What?
So how do I attune to the bow? Do I just like?
You can attune over a short rest, and as you're traveling,
Can I spend
you're
like
driving the
3
wagon,
days
which is-
explaining to you everything about religion and just confusing you?
So it's kind of opening yourself kind of in a very
If
wonky
that's
explanation. It's
happening,
kind of opening
then
yourself to
remind
the
me
item
what
and
you were
allowing you to
saying.
do it. Usually you can do it over a
But
short
in a-
rest, but you could do it over a couple of
I mean,
bars
are you
traveling.
doing it like you interrupting or like butting into the
That
conversation?
is really cool.
No, I think what I'm doing is adding
every time you-
information that
So,
is
how,
you would
how
agree
ammuni-
with,
how
but you would not
ammunition
like to be pointed out.
usually
at that
works.
Oh right, so you feel like
confused me.
you're like,
Yeah.
except for that
You
time
get,
that you murdered all those
um,
innocent civilians, I'd be
half the
like,
ammunition
yes,
back.
but that was
Yes, except for the
fired,
time the old mother
you know,
did that, then the
with
rule
the
is always
magical
there.
items, with them ones, it specifically says if they're
I'll be
if they
thinking
miss,
progressively angry at
back
you,
up.
but still trying to.
If it hits,
I was just verbal
the
losing
arrow.
just having a great
Okay.
time.
Does someone have a spell list since this involves a spell?
I have a spell.
It is in the back of this book.
What involves the spell?
Hunter's Mark.
The
I
spell.
do not have that spell.
It sounds like you get to be more accurate.
It you essentially like if this wasn't fucking World of Warcraft, you essentially put a big arrow over the thing's head, and if you hit it, you do more damage. And also, you know its location within like something like 1,000.
God fucking damn it! Is that just sound useful? Why have I got why?
Just.
Why are you role playing so much, Kefo?
Because it's a role-playing game.
I know, I do the same thing, but still.
I gave you your photos guide, didn't I? And your bag of holding, didn't I?
Yes. Dara definitely has the bag of holding.
Yeah, actually,
Yes.
we've all got something useful.
I think
so far.
Doug got the you
I-
got
I've
a bit of paper,
the-
right?
the
Sorry,
monster
it was
book.
I printed out doubles and stuff of things. It was just obviously I had a few left over. Turn it around.
So yeah, now we have all got one unit.
So use to kind of keep it going until maybe this kind of focus day is done. You kind of
Cool.
keep traveling down this kind of hill into the forest.
Just to let you know, I'm giving him a lecture about religion.
Okay.
I'm getting progressively more confused because since overhearing their conversation with what's his name, I now believe the maker is a dragon.
That's awesome.
But it does not come up explicitly for.
It is not coming explicitly, does it not?
I'd love it if you don't say anything and you just assume that.
I'm just going to assume that from now on.
You used to have enrolled, have you? So you haven't?
For what? Well, I have my friend on.
Okay. One of you roll me another d6, please.
4.
Okay. Roll me a d12. I need to make a note of that.
10.
Oh, well, that was. Okay.
Find a log cabin in the woods.
Well, now we just go to the table. Roll me a d100.
Spell.
What?
The hunter's mark is.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Very nice.
Yeah.
29.
29.
Can it make you turn into a cat?
No.
Okay. So, roll me
Cats are dishonorable animals.
roll me 3d6.
That is true.
What first? Add them together or separately?
Yes, please.
Add them together separately, yes please.
Add them together. Sorry.
6, 8, 9.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
That one.
Can you just tell me what number you rolled was?
The numbers.
Can you just tell me what it
I
was?
mean, I know
Total?
it was
It's always 9.
50.
9. Okay, thank God. Okay. Could have been a lot worse.
I think low is maybe what we want.
I
Yes.
don't know.
Whenever I go to grab the Monster Manual book, low is better.
Well, you quite well
that's perfectly hard. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we did. You know,
No more shambling mound like the first game.
but it's not perfectly half because it's
No, it's slightly
better
lower.
than that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
slightly below.
because the worst you could, the best you could get is 3. 3 d6s, 3 1s.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh!
dokie.
Yay!
Right, we're just going to do this abstract because it takes time to get all the figures out and stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
I like abstract.
So,
What about roll?
should have the screen up. Oh, here, look.
I wasn't actually looking.
I know.
I was just like zooming out.
So you're kind of traveling, kind of starting to come a bit late at night. You're just starting to think maybe I should get some tent set up. Maybe I should get the camp set up or something. And you're kind of traveling down this hill after Your driver may just go uphill because he was getting sick of all this forested valley. And you're getting into kind of a particularly dense set of trees.
We should have stayed on the
and
mountain.
you're kind of making a lot of noise, and it's genuinely kind of like you're tired, and you spent pretty much almost a week at Alder's Holt, and now you're kind of back on the road again. Let me roll something here quick, and I want everyone to tell me their passive perception, because no one has ever told me that they're. Well, it doesn't matter.
12.
So as you're
Roll
kind
a
of
one.
you're oh actually, yeah, the noise of these guys would give them advantage, so that's better. Does anyone get over 17?
Passive perception.
Passive. What are you talking about?
No. Okay. At this level, anyway. So you're kind of sitting there. I want you to tell me what's everyone's position. You're driving, so you're at the front.
And we've been saying.
Well, I suppose I'm more
three of us
likely,
were
honestly, I'm more likely to be
talking.
leading than driving if everyone's there. It's like,
Oh, so you're just
Well,
you're in front of the
yeah, probably at the front.
Rams.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys are in the back of the wagon.
I
Basically,
think, the three of us were chatting.
Well, that's the point. If all these guys are in the
wagon,
wagon, I'm not gonna. And
two
I'm really freaking tall. Like, all my strides are pretty big.
Keep up with the
Yeah,
giant.
Yeah, I
be
can
sitting
keep
in
up with the
back
goats.
wagon,
Yeah.
I like the idea that you're in control of the horses while we're either side of your
Of course
ear.
I am. I just tell them to
The
go left or
goats.
right. The goats. Yeah, it's
Sorry,
like,
go.
Well,
I
you're-
can speak
you're-
to animals. I just tell them
You're
to go left
guiding
or
them.
right.
They're
Yeah,
just
no,
following
I'm
you.
no, I'm
He's
guiding
guiding
them.
them. So you guys are literally just in the back. If that's where you want to be, or
Yeah.
you could be in the driver's seat.
And
But if
you
you're
can-
having this
Yeah,
conversation,
it's an important
I think-
conversation.
and
It's a funny conversation.
okay, so you're just sitting watching.
I'm
and,
like,
the
religion.
carway is he's kind of floating about as well, looking pensive.
He is here.
He's trying to fucking make his little stupid look because he's a borrower and he doesn't get it yet.
So how does the Maker concentrate on being so many different people at once?
You see, the thing is, right, the Maker watches down on all of us and grants her a part of her power.
But what about all the different people that you said were also the Maker?
It's
They're
conflict.
all the maker, but none
The
of
ma-
them are the maker, except for the ones that are.
Dara,
Exactly.
could you do me a
What?
favor
Yes.
and tell me the hit points of a giant goat, please? Never mind.
thank you.
Yes, I need you to tell me the hit points of a giant goat. No, never mind.
Pick up your mind.
Sorry. I was trying to find it in the book and I couldn't find it. Okay.
They have giant goats in the book.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait,
no, someone's gonna hurt my goats.
If we subdue them, can we go faster?
Okay. So
If you hurt my goats, I hurt you.
you're
No.
kind of you're
Not your goats.
you're having
These
this
giant
discussion.
Oh, you're going
It's
for the
loud
giant goats.
because
That's
of
not what we're
the
fighting.
wagon kind of turning, bumbling along, and you're kind of walking kind of with the goats. Maybe like how do you lead your goats? Do you have like just a stick, or they just naturally follow you because you've known them for so long?
Probably got like a what's it called, a bridle or something, or just like yeah.
And you rolled a 9, didn't you? Okay. You've got like a bridle and you're just walking with it.
Yeah.
I need because I don't want to roll in groups because there's so many of them,
Should I put
and this
some
can
value?
quickly become quite dangerous. Can I have people's d20s, please?
What?
Do you know what? This will do. 3 will do because they'll roll in groups of 3. Okay. So,
Oh no.
you seemingly out of nowhere, you feel something, but you don't know what yet because I need to figure out if they bite you. So they all get advantage because they're essentially doing it surprised.
Yeah.
Wow, there's one crit. And
That's how Michael died.
this one got a 10. What's your armor
Caraway
class? 15?
dies.
My what?
Armor class 15.
What's that? How's the armor class done again?
It should just be in your character sheet.
It says 12, but so at base is 10. I get +2 for being unarmored. Yeah, I think it's just 12.
And plus Dex.
He has Dex.
I get
zero.
Dex is 0, so yeah, 12.
Okay. Shit.
So that's Michael dead.
That's fine. I'll just use my stone's endurance until this is really bad.
I know.
Well, it's only because one of them crit you.
Got any other character ideas, Michael? I've got a really good one. That'd be great.
Right. So you feel that you all of a sudden hear this kind of like flapping, and then this
Vampire bats.
tiny weight, and then this thing pierces into your neck.
Is this the imp we fought last time?
It better not be the fucking
you
imp.
take 9 damage.
Jesus Christ.
No,
That was a crit.
That was the crit.
Okay, that's.
You also take another 7 damage.
So I'm gonna use my stone's endurance now and lose.
Well, hold
one-
on. This is a surprise round.
Does
So-
that change?
Yes, so it means you can't act until all the creatures have attacked.
Okay. Once all the creatures have attacked, if I'm still alive, I will use my
they're the
stone's
ones that
endurance.
attack you. You now turn round and you see what appears to be this blood red mosquito bat.
That thing looks gross.
Yes, and it's kind of very fleshy and it's sitting on you. And this one of the pincers, the crit, is directly into your neck, and one of the other ones is on your back. And one of the other ones landed on you, and it's kind of tried to get a bite, but it couldn't. Its thing just pounced off your thick skin. Your goats.
No.
Don't kill my goats.
So okay,
Oh, goat's armor.
let's roll these 2.
Michael was on an epic
Oh my
quest to find
fucking
new
God.
goats.
I'll be so pissed if you
I
kill my
don't
goats.
know if I can resurrect goats. I don't think that's a thing I can do.
Right.
Can you use a lesser healing potion on goats, or does it need to be?
Yes. So one of them crit again. It did much less damage. So one of the goats, Rock Biter, I'll say. Okay, what's the name of your goats again?
Cliff Biter and Rock Springer.
Okay, Cliff Biter and Rock Springer. So Cliff Biter takes 8 damage. This is becoming a pretty. We need to get some fucking correct music on the go right now.
Yeah.
Wop 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 wop
I
wop
mean-
wop.
I feel like this is a very unsatisfying thing to wipe out our party. Like that mosquito.
So he took 8 plus 7. Wow.
you
Wow,
forgot
wow.
bug spray. You died.
So you
Slightly
while you're getting
overkill.
bit, you turn around and you see the 3 of the same creatures attacking Cliff Biter, and one of them is again almost like synced right into its eye. It's like or whatever fucking noise goats make.
Don't
And
they
the next,
scream? Goats can scream.
Goats scream.
it screamed. Oh, it screamed. The next one, Jesus Christ!
How many are there?
There's 9.
Did you get another crit?
So- not
but,
really, sorry.
Let me see.
Wait, I could've
That
been
one
more.
misses. 19. Okay, and that was a 15. So 2 of them hit, and then so this is just 4 and 5. So the other one takes 9 damage.
Is that all of them gone now?
I hope there was just 3 groups.
Yeah, there's 9.
And so that goat also screams. I want you all to now roll initiative.
Could someone check my d20 back?
Okay, but from the attack, like stone's endurance is just a thing to lose damage. But
Here, you.
which one's yours?
The
I don't know. Here,
Isn't
the
it
pink
like,
one's clearly yours.
isn't
Yeah.
there a reaction? So surely you could use it.
That's a surprise round because essentially they got advantage because you were making so much noise and they're so small.
So I've taken how much damage again? It was like 9.
No, it was 9 plus 7.
Yeah.
you dead?
No, I have 9 health left.
Use the tank.
Wait, how much did you start with?
25.
I missed. I'd read your 2 as a 1.
Oh well, I can lose the damage when it gets to my turn.
Right.
If you're still alive.
19,
They're
I'll
going to be in
probably still
3.
alive.
They're going to be in 3 groups.
I can't do nothing. I rolled a 2.
What is initiative based on? The base initiative.
Dex.
Dex.
Yeah, so 19.
So that's
Wait,
their
what?
ones on Rock
So is it
Springer,
meant to just be the same
Cliff
stats?
Biter,
Nice.
and
Then my
third
calculation
roll.
lower.
Okay. This is hairy, guys. I'm not gonna fucking lie. For a bunch of fucking bat mosquitoes, this could be bad.
It's okay, I'm used to this new game. I got a 15 by the way.
Yeah, I mean last time
Oh,
we
wow,
almost
that's-
got wiped out by a single wolf. So it's not last time, but like the first time. So
We almost got
party wiped by a shambling mound.
Is that Kier decided that he would fight one-on-one in melee.
I
That's
did
great.
I did not know how this game worked.
Wow. Okay.
You know, townspeople are completely pathetic compared to us.
So whenever I
How do they
play
deal with-
D&D,
They just don't go
I
out.
roll terribly. But whenever I DM D&D, I roll pretty fucking good. This is okay. So,
I like a challenge. I don't know about you guys.
I mean, I haven't lost health yet. I'm fine.
who got between 30 and 20?
No one.
No.
Okay, well they did.
When you say they did,
How much dex do these guys have?
3
Oh.
blue and black.
Racist.
So the yellow die, which is the
13 with that minus no,
rock,
actually roll
Springer
all the
ones.
dice this entire session.
Springer Sturge.
That's a cool initiative tracker.
I'm so used to having
Thank you.
being playing Pathfinder and always taking.
It's just
group
the sticky
initiative
back plastic you would get to know
bonuses for
from
it,
your
and I like
skill
not
books.
having that
Yeah.
thing.
The blacks got, or the blues got 21, which
If you roll
is
the
the
two,
cliff
so
fighter.
badly. No, I don't know what the roll is.
Yes, sure. Still,
Sturge.
it's better. Than
I'm going to give you back a little thing so you can read off the back.
At the end of the game.
Oh, that would actually be great. Could I, next, could I get,
Oh, yeah.
thank you.
Oh,
Okay.
wait, no, that's in Galant. It's stones. How does stones and runes work?
Who got between 20 and 10?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
15.
when I take damage, you don't get to. Do you not get to do a reaction to a surprise attack?
No.
I hate it.
It will be the same thing for you. It's essentially a surprise attack is they cannot do any action.
Surprise attacks are awesome.
Yeah, and what did you get, Nick?
13.
Well,
13.
where's my bloody potion of minor?
And
healing?
it
It's gone.
got-
I mean, you got 2 heals in the party.
Yeah.
No, I don't heal.
I heal if I get
You
to.
can though.
We do have 2
If
healers.
push comes to shove.
No, I don't heal.
You can.
No.
One of our healers is
You're going to
currently-
need to change that attitude, I
Yeah,
think, if
okay.
you
Yeah,
want
you
this
have a
to
bad
fly.
attitude, careful.
Okay.
I don't heal things.
I will
Uh,
murder you if you don't heal.
Furblong.
I mean, my plan is to start pumping
Long.
out
What did you get?
potions
3.
once I get alchemist supplies.
No, I don't seem to have the healing potion. Where's it gone?
Thalgoth. What did you get?
19.
I can give you a healing potion if you don't have one.
You giving it free healing potions?
Uh,
or
No,
not?
I definitely had one earlier. I just don't know where it's gone.
It's there you go. What was your initiative?
So yeah, my roll was 19. I don't have any bonuses. It's just 19.
Oh, it's 19. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Right, you get to go first, so you're technically on 20.
yeah, I
Otherwise,
might
all
survive.
3 of them would get to go first. Okay.
Good.
So
I can go to my frenzy before
it
they
is
kill me.
the Rockspringer Sturges, which is the yellow die. But so these
Wait, did you say Rock Springer is going first?
no. Oh, you're. Oh, thank you. I forgot. Roll. I will give you stats for your goat. Actually, can you show him your
We're gonna
thing?
get hurt. if
What-
the
what am I
goats
doing?
try and run.
Your
Oh, your animal is
stats,
supposed
your
to have
animals
goats.
things, so he can know the stats for
Oh,
goats.
yeah.
I will print them
That's
off.
why you asked me earlier.
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
so
confused as well.
Oh,
Um,
There you go.
Roll initiative. It's just straight rolls for your goats as well. So here,
Okay, Cliff Biter got a 1.
okay.
Yay, not
What
bad.
about Rock Springer?
if
got
the
a 3.
goat dies before your turn, you're
Cliff
still
Biter.
alive.
He got a 3. Well, he's going to go into 2 initiative because you know what? They're pretty much both going to go at the same time.
Giant
Because they got-
goats!
So bad. Okay. Okay. Right. So it's.
Oh wow, they are really strong.
Yeah, it's Rock Biters.
Are they stronger than us?
Rock Biters Sturges.
They have strength 17. They're stronger than me.
So hold on. Actually,
How much health do
the
they
2
have?
were stuck on.
19 each.
Oh god.
So probably have more health than
They're
most
stronger
of
than
you.
I.
Yes. Yeah. What's their AC?
The which?
AC.
AC. What's AC again?
Armor class.
Armor class.
11.
Or at least they get hit you.
Rockbiter falls unconscious.
Oh.
Insta-gimped.
I'm frenziing like a motherfucker right now.
The two stars, the one that didn't hit it, I'm gonna say was the 7 because I rolled another 20, and I forgot that they do something else when they're attached. So Rockbiter seems to go unconscious, and he's bleeding out, but he can be stabilized. Essentially, he's got blood kind of trickling out, and it looks, for a goat, pale. I don't understand how a goat can look pale, but it does.
Is that the same success-fail rolls that we would get if we were bleeding out?
Yes.
Or...
Yeah, unfortunately it does. Okay.
What, is he dead?
No, he's unconscious. So he's essentially, he needs to be stabilized, or he will die eventually. So, that's bad. Okay, and it's now the Cliffbiter Sturges. 2 of them are still attached. He also goes unconscious. And he takes 1 death saving throw. So I will make a note of that.
Killing my goat.
And the other one is going to it's going to fly into this clusterfuck inside here. It's like a weird hummingbird sound, like this thing flying in. Nox, you're probably, I'm just going to say, because who's at the back and who's at the front. It's time to be strategic. Who's at the front of this kind of wagon and who's sitting at the back?
I always imagined like basically feet swinging off the back.
Okay. All 3 of you can have your feet swinging off the back.
Yeah, the way I imagine it was Furbog and I like feet swinging at the back, and you kind of like
Saying
swing
it
around.
beside being snarky.
Yeah,
okay.
you sit in the bed or something.
So one of them is coming towards you.
Go.
And it rolled 18.
That's a hit.
So this thing, you kind of hear all this commotion, and you turn around, and then this like kind of weird, kind of blood red, fleshy hummingbird thing comes towards you, and it just hits you right in the face. And you're small, so this thing is actually like half the side of your face, and you just feel this piercing agony as it just pierces like into your nose. You take 7 damage.
That is a chunk.
Thal, it's your turn.
Foul fall.
Okay, is drinking a potion a bonus action or not?
Yes.
Okay, so let's start off with how many are bonus actions? Is there a limited number of bonus actions you can
Yes,
take?
you only have 1 bonus action. So if you drink your potion, you cannot rage.
I will rage. And then I'm gonna freaking. So there's one right stuck into my neck. Get at the butt of my hammer and just fucking
Okay.
get that fucker off my neck. And rage.
Yes, rage.
So that means when I make a melee attack, I gain. So which ones? So does hammers use strength?
Yes.
Cool, I get advantage. I think.
No.
No.
You get advantage on strength checks.
Oh no, I get a bonus to the damage roll. That's
Yes.
all. Oh well, let's see how the hitting goes. 6.
What's your plus?
No, yeah, that's 1 plus 5, 6.
Oh, it's 1.
I rolled a 1.
Failed.
You crit failed.
Roll to confirm.
Wait,
No, you don't.
Oh,
do,
you don't
you
do
don't
that
do
now?
that.
No.
It can be narrative. I'm not going to be so harsh because of the situation. Otherwise, I would make you hit yourself in the head with your hammer. But instead, you just wildly miss.
Wow.
So you've used your action. You've used your bonus action. You can move. 2 of them are on you.
Yeah.
So moving isn't really going to do much in this situation.
I mean, I
Stop,
don't
drop, and
know.
roll.
In
yeah.
fact, there's one flying around you still, which if you move would get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, I'm not gonna move.
Yeah. But it is now their turn that are on you. You have Stone's Endurance, which is a reaction if you take damage.
Yep.
Can you survive 6 damage?
I can.
Okay, you can use your Stone's Endurance then. Which does what?
I reduce it by D12 when I take damage.
Okay,
It's
so
by
that
D12.
that mitigates it because that's a 9,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that thing the one that's on your neck, you're like, "Ugh," you kind of like tense a muscle in your neck with your rage, and it kind of like cuts off its little umbilical cord into your blood or whatever.
Yay!
It's a little pincer.
I imagine that
But
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
there
would do
is
that.
still the other one that's on you. So you take 5 from that, and you can't mitigate that because you've now used your reaction.
I can't mitigate it, but what kind of damage is this?
It is piercing,
I have resistance to it.
so you take half the damage, which is you always round down, so it's 2.
Yay! Someone help me! I'm on 7 health.
And
Good, if I
there
had
is
to-
the other one that's
So you
flying
get
around
one
you.
mitigation every turn. I'm helping you on my turn.
Sir?
I'm helping you on my turn.
No, I get one mitigation like that
Yeah.
per short rest.
There is the other
Oh,
one that is
okay.
around you, but it misses, so it's just like flying around trying to bite
Except
you.
I'm kind of wildly flailing
Yeah.
a hammer around.
Althea,
Yes.
it is your turn.
Rules question: our medallion is it got spells. Is that a standard action or a bonus?
It
or what?
depends on the spell.
Right, so it's defined by the spell.
Yes.
Shit, because I've already got them. Right, in that case, I'm going to bless my allies.
Yep.
What does that
What
do?
does that do?
So, I'm blessed up to 3 creatures within 30 feet. I'm assuming he's in 30
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are all.
It's not that big a caravan.
No.
And basically,
You're not in the caravan, to be fair.
No,
Just
but it's
outside.
Sure, but I'm like
Not
the
far
caravan
away.
plus
Yeah, yeah.
goat.
for
Me.
up to a minute while I'm...
Sure,
That's
but a
10
minute's
rounds.
like 10
That's a
rounds.
long
Yeah,
time.
the fight will be over within
I
probably.
basically am
Long way.
We're
constant...
not surviving a minute.
I channel Androste's will, and you guys get to add a d4 to any attack or saving throws you do.
Yay!
Nice.
So I kind of like grab my holy symbol, and I'm like, Androste, please, help us out in this time of need. We need you. Please bless my friends with the power to
So,
thwart this evil.
yay, so
We
we're all
all
left.
feel warm and fuzzy, and I'm like, good dragon.
Hashtag bless.
Here's my question.
Yes.
Is your holy symbol a necklace?
I can't remember. I think I defined my holy symbol, but I don't think it was a necklace.
Yeah, I've never sent me anything that's defined it.
Yeah, I don't think I defined it because you're right. I did do a holy symbol.
Because, well, obviously you can wear the medallion as a necklace as well.
The
but
medallion
I'm
is a
wondering-
necklace.
No, but it doesn't have to be. You could attach it to a piece of clothing. Obviously, it would maybe be a bit cumbersome because it's supposed to kind of be a necklace, but.
No, like someone wear like a pocket watch.
Mm-hmm.
Like I imagine I've got kind of this chain that like maybe runs down like from like a pocket, and like I tuck in like a
Well, you suddenly be like, creature, motherfuckers!
Pin it in or something.
yeah. It's sort of got like was it the star with like the
Mhm.
nine thing, the 6 aspects and the circle, and just sort of put it into one of my pockets.
Okay.
Maybe an inside pocket even.
Sure. I just wanted to know for flavour.
I agree because I forgot to define it.
Okay. Are you doing anything with your bonus action or anything else?
I do get a bonus action. I think I can do things with bonus actions. Not that I remember what any of the things are. What spells have I got? What did I pick? Can I cast light?
turn into giant fruit.
Sorry?
No, I'm just seeing when he can turn into, if he can turn into a goat.
You can only turn into something with a quarter at the moment, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a while to become a giant goat, and even then it'll only last an hour or so.
Well, that can move the caravan a
It
decent
lasts as long
distance.
as your druid level,
Oh,
I think. So it's either druid level or your druid level round down. So obviously the higher you are, the longer you can be shit.
No, I'm not going to use my bonus action, and I'm certainly shit not going to move.
Okay.
You gonna attack something? Because you're not in.
No, he
already
used his action.
Oh.
to
Use
cast
his
the
action to
spell.
bless us.
Okay, Nyx.
I'm going to do a similar thing and use Bane. So what are the ones around?
So there's 2 on him. There's 1 flying around, which is a bit difficult to see. There is 1 on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast it. I was going to. Get that
And
one.
then there is 2 that have come off the goat, each of the goats, and there's a further one that's flying around. It looks
Cool.
like it
I will
hasn't gone
cast Bane
anywhere
on the
yet.
one that is in me and the 2 that are in Michael.
Okay.
So
In who? Falgo? Falgo? Falgo?
Your name is no longer in front of you.
I need everyone to say their names so I can just copy it. Because whenever people don't say their names enough, I forget.
So you make a charisma saving throw, which if you fail, they then get 1d4 subtracted from any attack or saving throws.
Okay, so the blue one's the ones on you, and the two other colours are the ones on
What's your problem with that?
well, that
And I'm assuming these aren't incredibly charismatic.
You would be correct.
stats.
One of the ones on you saves because it got an 18, which reduces it down to 16.
Very uncaring.
So the other two take a D. What is it?
1d4 subtracted from any attack or saving throw.
Okay.
Thank God.
And you wish to do anything with your bonus actions?
Yeah, I'm gonna use a lesser healing potion because I have no health. So 2d4
plus 2.
Listen, can I actually... Good, I can still drink potions while raging.
Oh, fuck's sake. 5 health. Which is actually almost full again, but still.
Okay.
You only got 5.
Oh, no, sorry, I wrote 5.
Furblong?
I was on
Furblong?
Okay, I'm gonna. You know the one that's not baned on him?
Yes.
I'm gonna blast poison at it.
Okay.
So it needs to make a.
You'll need. So I'm presuming you maybe go out and round a little bit because if you're in the back of the wagon trying to fire,
I'm just gonna pop out the back of the wagon and move around a bit.
Yeah, don't get poison all over my wagon!
It's more.
Yeah. Right. So
I might hit something, but not it. But yeah.
I've got a staff, so all of the weird druidic symbols on it glow. The symbols on my tattoos glow a little bit, and I just blast this cloud of purple-looking poison at this thing. Con save.
Is it just a con save?
DC 14.
Okay. We will do the black one again. Or
Wow.
not. It feels.
Great.
It dies.
7 damage.
Actually, you could have not killed it, I suppose. Yeah, but this poison kind of cloud, and you just see this thing still hanging on to you, but it's definitely dead.
And as my bonus action, I'm going to use Healing Word on our barb. Falgol.
Oh, thanks.
Heal for 8 damage.
Oh, right, I'm not going to bother checking my
How
potion
did you
now.
heal and do a thing?
Bonus action.
Bonus
Healing
action.
Word's a
Healing
bonus
word
action.
a bonus action?
Well, that's pretty cool.
Healing Word,
And you can-
it's only just 1d4 plus your modifier, but it's...
Oh, I could have picked that up.
Okay, so
yeah, but you're a healer who doesn't heal.
so-
Get
Yeah,
that.
One-
healing circle.
one of
okay,
them
I can
on
see
you is
why-
dead. Okay.
Yay!
I haven't worked out why
Now,
I take it over.
Okay, so you're now outside Furblong. So 2 from Rockspringer come off his corpse and they fly towards.
Wait, is he dead yet? Is he confirmed dead?
Oh wait, no. Give me 2 death saving throws.
That's with a D20, right?
D20, and you want essentially to get him above 10. Who's that?
That's Rockspringer.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, and
Cliffbiter, 18.
Cliffbiter has 1 success and 1 failure, and Rockspringer has 1 failure. Okay, so 2 of them are going to fly towards you.
Uh-oh. Oh shit, no, I've got
Wow.
something. Can I retcon something?
Well, what are you going to do?
Turn invisible?
I'm gonna say no.
That's
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say
I
no
forgot I can do
because
that
I
at the
rolled
end of
a
my
crit.
turn.
Especially since he corrected, I got 19.
Yeah, unfortunately, no.
Okay, I'm gonna get bit
A
lot.
Unfortunately,
What's your
now
health?
you will learn.
If
to.
you die, I'm
He
going to
won't
be
die,
so
he won't
upset.
die.
I might die.
That is 7 damage, piercing. But I think it only matters to you. And then the other one. Wow, fuck. Another 7. So 14 altogether.
Is that
Okay,
you?
I
have 2 hit points left.
Okay.
I have a new convert over here. You can't die.
Wait, did you do their minusing from their attack rolls for being baned?
These
they
2
weren't
weren't
baned.
baned.
They weren't baned.
I think there's one Bane one still attached to me, and There was
Yes.
one over by you.
and one over by him.
Did you
yeah.
remember to add on the d4s for your hitters?
You need to remember that, by the way, because I
Tagging
won't.
them.
I did-
But
well,
what
I
I will
attack
do
kill
is
it.
I will circle Beamed, and it was one of the ones on Cliff Biter that went over to you, so I'm going to say that was Beamed. Okay. Now, one of the other ones from Rockspringer flies over, sees one on you already, and is like, this must be a tasty, and he goes for you too.
Oh, no, I healed.
And it's just like, but it can't get through your skin, or it can't get through your
It got some
clothes.
nice leather armor.
Yeah. Right? Oh god. Yeah, okay, they're just gonna go for the closest targets. Two of the ones that come off Cliffbiter's corpse, one goes to you and one goes to you.
Sorry, to who is who?
That is a 12.
On class 12. That
Yeah,
hits.
so it hits you. So one of them flies over and bites you for 5.
I'd pass out.
So it comes up and it just grabs onto your neck, and you're holding onto your staff, and
Wait.
things feel quite woozy, and you kind of just fall over.
You get hit if it's equal? to your
Yeah.
armor
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
a DC, you have to match it.
class? Oh, okay. So
Doug,
yeah.
one comes over to you. These things have like super low health, guys. Any AoEs?
So I have an AoE and there's 3 things on me, okay? Someone wake me up.
I have an AoE, but it also hits you guys.
I can't move because there's 2 on me.
Yeah.
I don't have any AoEs.
I have no AoE.
One of them, another one flies over to you, and it misses.
Yeah.
There's one left, and it is going to fly over to you. I'm trying to bite you. It gets a... Fuck me. It gets a 17.
Yep. That's fine. I get hit.
You get hit. And you take 5 damage.
I also get to thunderously rebuke it.
There is somebody who has not went, and I feel like I...
Hold on, I got a damage to it.
you're
I
right.
hope it's enough to kill it.
As Wrath of the Storm, I get to thunderously rebuke quick attackers within 5 feet.
Taking any
Yes,
AoE
yes,
stuff.
do that.
So it's going to make a dex saving throw.
Dex saving throw
Think
Yep.
damage. Why did they
It
fucking
will-
animal for
against your DC. It makes it.
Ooh.
It makes it, so it still takes half damage.
Okay, roll good.
2d8.
Roll above a 4.
2d8, so...
I'm
I'm going to borrow one of the 8.
Yes.
That's
Did you get above a 2?
twe-
Above a 4.
13 divided by 2, so yes.
So this thing comes up. Explodes off his neck. But you still took the damage. Whatever the damage was. Like
Yeah, I took the damage.
5. Doug,
Yeah.
you're going to also be playing a carway.
Because we need the help.
Yes, and
Yeah.
he's a bard.
Yeah.
So he is a carbon copy. I don't have any of his stats. He's a carbon copy of you.
Okay, cool.
Except with healing word prepared.
And he will go on your turn.
except I know that a caraway has healing word. Can I take healing word?
Yes, you can use healing word. That's fine.
Okay,
Cool. But anyway, Talgoth, it is your turn.
So there's one still stuck to me.
There's one still stuck to you and one flying in front of you.
I'm gonna get the one still stuck to you. Again, just butt of the hammer. I don't like. I can take my own hammer hits. Other
Okay.
people cannot.
So you say that, but you have to
18.
Yeah.
18. You smash this thing against your rib cage.
I think you need to kill it because you use your strength.
Roll damage.
8.
Okay. 4 of that hits you.
But
It's
that's
half, 'cause it's
so
bludgeoned.
I take 2.
Yeah. You essentially cleaved the creature on you, onto yourself. So you smash it against. So you feel the tiniest crack in a rib cage. But you're a strong man. Your muscles will hold it.
I mean, I survived being bitten by a huge fuck off snake. I can take some mosquitoes.
Do you want to do bonus action? Anything like that?
I'm
No.
starting to believe the way
Actually-
things going. Your snake story is a lie.
Shut up. It happened. At first, it was a draw with the snake. I nearly died. The snake did die, so you know.
I don't think that's what a draw is.
Do you have a bonus action you wish to use?
And don't think so.
Okay. It is now their turn. So you killed the one that's on you.
Oh, but they just went.
No, it's the ones that were on
Oh,
him.
okay.
So I've split them into 3 groups.
How many
Okay,
are
I
left in
forgot.
total?
There is you killed one that was on you, so one of them is dead. There is
3 should be dead. at
6.
least.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One in front of you, like goes to try and hit you again. Completely just cannot get through this. It's now on your chest. It's just like just can't get through. Althea, it is your turn.
Gentlemen. Out of character.
You're not going to AoE where I am because that will kill me.
I mean, how much need to kill you?
It'll
If-
give me
if
2
you
failed death saving throws if you hit me. while I'm on
But
my
I might kill them all.
Yes, but then I'll be.
Yeah, don't kill off Fireball.
So don't AoE.
If
don't-
you AoE over him. He's got 2 on him.
No, I'm not wasting it for 2.
Well, he's only got 1.
I've got one on me and one near me.
I think I
presumably
Dex
get,
has 2 on him.
I could probably get all 6.
Actually, no, I didn't
but
have one on me. I just
cover
have one on me. But
Because I'm off round the sides. You could probably
You
get
can
both
cover
of them
all the ones
too.
that are
Also,
not-
Yeah, there aren't any
there's
actually-
2
there's only one
dying
really.
goats.
That you would hit.
yeah,
and
please,
kill.
if you kill my goats, I'm not going to be happy.
Yeah.
Do you
it's
give a
like
shit
doing
about the goats? That's the question.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like, does
are there
it-
any actually on the goats
You
anymore?
could heal me.
No, as
that'd
soon
be
as
great.
something gets knocked unconscious,
God
they fly
bless was a
away.
thing.
So it's a good thing they're not there for food or killing us.
Oh wait, one was still attached to you, wasn't it?
One is attached to me, yeah. It's...
Never mind, I didn't remember to do it, but it should have hit you
Okay.
automatically.
Oh, so Bane on
Bane
ones
would
that are
have been-
attached is a bad move.
Yeah. But you didn't know that, so
Yay.
now you do know.
Yeah.
Don't fucking be in mosquitoes.
Well,
Well, I forgot that, so.
I don't have like
Oh yeah, I had like
any
I had like extra damage. Wow.
AoEs except for that, so
Alright,
I'm
I
not
guess
going to
I
use
should
that
just
because it'll
take
kill
those.
people.
To be honest, even just clearing the field isn't bad. Or stabilizing somebody, or
Yeah.
Healing people.
I mean, yeah,
I'll
stabilize
roll
the party
Darren
member.
Next turn if
It's-
you don't do it now.
you're
Yeah,
up
I think I
next
should do the
for
damage.
both you and Akara.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, it's true. I'll do the damage now then. So I'm gonna Sacred Flame, probably one of the ones on next.
Okay, so there's one on him, or there's one flying around
The one
him.
on him.
Thank you.
So is this one where fire comes from the sky?
Yeah, basically.
Well, there's a hole in my fucking caravan. Are you out the caravan?
Yeah, he's out the caravan.
No, he's
no,
not.
not at the caravan.
You're setting my freaking caravan on
needs-
fire!
I need to make a deck, not a deck saving throw.
I think you do an
It
attack.
is a deck saving throw. Yep.
Minus 1d4.
Thank you.
Hey.
See, it wasn't that.
Yeah, it did.
It wasn't that bad.
It-
It
oh,
only
it
rolled an
took
8
one
though,
off.
so, but
However, it does gain the benefit of cover if you count the caravan as cover.
no, because no.
You've got line of sight.
Wait,
Yeah.
oh.
And also, divine fire versus canvas.
Yeah, it's going right through that bad boy. It's not gonna. It might just singe the edges. 'Cause
Thank
it's
you.
Magical. It's not gonna just. Oh, I'm like no cover at my caravan.
Did it fail?
You creamed it.
Okay, good.
Nice.
I need to roll a 1d8 just to make
Okay.
sure that I actually.
Don't roll a 1.
Fuck.
You feel this divine singe. Oh, it's on your face.
Oh, yeah.
Your beard is on fire if you have a beard.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was actually meaning to get a haircut, but there was no.
Yeah,
It
you can
has left a singe mark in the shape of a 6-pronged star on your beard.
I'll just become more important.
Well, it'd probably just be a couple of bits on it because it was like here, so.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, if it's actually done that kind
But no, you just get a whiff of burnt smoke and
I didn't-
weird flesh.
I'm still like chanting the bless spell, so the actual like sacred flames is just like Andraste!
Oh, yeah.
What does bless do again?
Does anyone remember to
Yeah,
add
one-
1d4 to hit?
Yeah.
No.
All
Oh.
of you
Should
get
do
1d4.
that.
Yeah.
We only need to do
I
2
mean,
damage.
I hit.
No, it's the
No,
attack.
no, 2 hits.
Oh, to hit.
I mean, I hit
Oh.
fine even with the first time, but it's good to remember.
Yeah.
Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Okay.
Cool. So we say Caraway is next.
He's on your turn, so whoever wants to go. You just
Okay.
both. You're essentially both going together.
Cool. I will use Healing Words as a bonus action on you. So what do I do? to
Roll
do
me a
that?
d4.
Yeah, D4 plus.
That's your charisma bonus.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, assume it's my charisma bonus.
Yeah.
4.
4.
I
So
pop
you're-
awake with 4 hit points.
Yes.
Was
Was that a caraway?
That was a Caraway, yes.
Okay.
And then
That is a bonus action,
Mm-hmm.
so you can have a main action as well. Still,
yeah. Are there any in reach? of
there's
the-
one. Yeah, there's one in between the two of these. These are both in the front of the wagon.
Yeah. Cool.
Ooh.
I will go for a
What's a void dragon?
rapier
You
attack.
can tell me that later.
You're not supposed to know that.
Naughty Michael.
There was a sheet of paper right there. I assumed it was we were meant to know. Like maybe we swore oaths on it earlier and I forgot.
No.
Cool. I'll go for a rapier attack on one that is near by.
Okay.
Whatever his equivalent is.
9.
Yeah.
Oh, so is it the one that's in between the two of yous?
Yeah.
You it just like, and you just like almost rapier a caraway,
Yeah.
and he also goes.
Wait, no, that was a Caraway's move.
Oh,
He almost-
okay. So he has
Rapier.
the needle out, so it doesn't even get that far.
Like,
He's like battling something almost the same size as him.
Yeah.
This is an epic struggle for him. So it's now your turn then, next.
Cool. I will. Yeah, no, I'll just go for the same one with a rapier too. Let's see if I'm more successful.
Okay.
13, 16, 20. No, 19.
19.
Yeah.
Yeah, you cream this thing. Roll your damage. Don't roll 1. You can't
His
roll.
strength
You
is
can't
1
get.
anyway.
Yeah,
not
you
kill
can't.
it.
Okay, well, it's also a finesse weapon, so it would be his dex. He would add on to it.
Oh yeah, so he's got loads.
Hey, you've creamed it.
Yeah.
Like you literally barbecue skewer it right through, and it's just like, and you're like, how did it get so far down? But it did. Are you going to do anything with your bonus action, or
Am I dying at the moment? No, I've not been hit since that first time.
there is 2 goats that are dying.
Um,
Though I don't know if you could necessarily tell. There's blood pills.
why?
and there's also going, aha, help my goat, you fuckers!
Am I close enough to use a potion on one of them? Because that's the only thing I can
Do
do.
you
as a
do you
bonus
administer a potion to another creature as an action?
Then I can't do anything to help
It's
in bonus
okay.
action. Next turn,
Okay.
we're slightly more.
You're on the ground.
I'm awake, but I'm awake.
You're awake.
Okay, and I can cast while on the ground.
Yes.
So I'm going to cast Thunder Wave, pointing away from other people, because there are 3 creatures on me.
Just pointing up.
I'm like, no, boom! I'm going to Thunder Wave out.
Okay. Thunder wave is that? What is that?
into the.
It is a save, and if it's a...
Is that not gonna hit us?
It's not facing the opposite way, it's a cube, but not centered on me. It's from me.
Yeah, yeah.
like
It's
down
like you're in the
corner.
center, and then like you
How big a cube?
15 by 15 feet.
Yeah, but it's just I'm on a corner, so if I face away from you guys, I'm inside.
Oh, I thought you were in the middle of
No.
it.
You can just roll around, so like most of it's under the ground.
Yeah.
It can work.
We did figure this out last time. It was,
Fucking
I mean, the corner of the
mosquitoes.
cube, not the thing. It is...
Oh, it's quite late.
Yeah.
What time is it?
10 past 10.
I did think we've been playing. for a
Constitution
while.
saving throw.
We spent a long time not leaving.
They're worked out of. I don't know why I rolled
Need
them.
to roll.
They all fail.
Okay, great. Where's my DA? Because 4, 8 damage, and they all go flying. And what remains of them go
Well,
flying?
they're dead. You and bits of
Giblets
wings
fly out.
and like there is still like maybe like one of their like piercing things, whatever that's called, inside you, but they're wasted.
Hashtag wasted.
Roll 2 death saving throws.
And at that point, I'm going to use
Oh.
Healing Word, because I've got a spell left and all the enemies are dead, right?
Yes.
I'm going to use Healing Word as a bonus action on one of the goats.
Okay.
The one with the death, the failed throw.
Both of
They
them
both
failed,
have one
but
fail. Just so pick one.
Cliff
Biter. Okay. Cliffbiter
I'll get
is
the
now
other next turn.
Oh, he goes.
You get 8 hit points.
Nah, and he's kicking on the ground, and he's
Both of
alive
them
with 8 hit
crit
points.
fails.
Roll
on.
1 death save.
Don't roll a 1 and you're
Don't roll 1 or
Oh, you didn't!
Oh, dear.
Oh,
Poor
dead
Cliff
sheep.
Fighter.
It was. Which
The
one was
Rock
it?
Springer.
Rockspringer is dead.
Oh,
The
that's
Rock
such a good
Springer is
name.
dead.
Oh, we're gonna be slower now.
Yeah.
That is sad.
The thing is, next session could all be about going to get another giant
I'm
goat.
getting another fucking goat. That is an official quest.
Screw the mission, we're going for a goat.
You're still not out of the Alders Valley, so you're in the Kingswold Mountains.
I mean, we.
But unfortunately, Rockspringer gives one last kick in its tree-like state.
Wow.
There's one Sturge left, but you annihilate it. In your rage, you don't even. Well, how do you want to kill it? You can do
With
whatever
my
you want.
bare hands.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so angry when the goat dies. Like, arrows, it's like fists and teeth and it's torn to pieces.
And a lot of them, you probably bite yourself a lot because it's quite small, and you're just ripping it, and there's just this nonsensical display of violence happening in front of you.
Oh yeah, the corpses are getting fucking stomped to pieces.
Yeah.
The ground on being hit with a hammer, everything. Just
So, yes,
fucking goat's
I can
dead.
turn into a giant goat.
you can. It's only a
It's a
quarter.
CR half. Oh, so
For
it's
how
only be a
long?
quarter.
I don't know.
That's okay.
You've got all
Giant
the
goat's a half.
information you
Giant goat's a half. I don't look.
can- It's only a half.
What's that? A giant goat's a half.
A half. Okay. Do you know what? We will just call it there. So make sure you've
Perfect.
noted down your health and everything, because we're going to pick up straight
Yeah.
after this fight, because we're still on the focus day. I did not. That was wow. Okay, that could have went really fucking bad.
Which one
It
was
was
it?
great.
Oh, that's-
I loved it.
Oh, I found the
Yeah.
potion. Here, just bear
Okay.
with it.
I
Now,
love these things.
it
where
was
people die.
Cliff Fighter that's dead, right?
It was Rock
It's
Springer
because I think it would have been an incredibly easy fight if they hadn't had advantage
at the
at
start.
the start.
They almost didn't get it, and then I was like, and then I was looking at the thing. It says, "Oh, they're tiny." Yeah, these are making fuck tons of noise. These aren't going to hear these little birds come up. So yeah, they fucking. Wow. Okay.
There's a hole in my caravan. My goat's dead. What
The hole's
fuck?
small.
There's a free bird in the floor. There's a hole in the roof of my.
Half of his face is singed.
You've not noticed the hole in your caravan. I'm gonna need to
Oh,
shave.
wait. Hold
Divine
on.
fire comes from the heavens. It's pretty noticeable, even if you're in a rage.
What is? Hold on.
Maybe.
Hold on. Alright. How?
Words and...
Words.
Birds and stuff in the place with the thing.
My freaking goat's dead.
Only one of
How
them.
long are you meant to have had those goats for?
I don't know. How long do giant goats live?
I don't know.
Like, I don't know. They're
Like maybe 15, 20 years.
Yeah, they're probably like fairly young, so
Oh,
like
well,
4 or
if they're-
5 years.
Like I was imagining if they're giant goats that they would live longer than goats.
Doug, I want you to make, before you put your character to it, I want you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
What? Why? What do you do?
I don't want
This
to
is how
do
Doug
that.
dies.
How much health have you got left?
Lots. Is
Okay.
fine. I mean, I say lots. I mean almost
You
maximum.
might not
which
lose
is
any health,
tiny.
but I want you to make a dexterity saving.
Lose your dignity.
Oh, for fuck's sake! 9.
Your face gets slightly burnt from the radiant fire.
Please don't lose a permanent mark
I
of the
said like a
star. And
permanent burn.
It's not necessarily a star, but it's not. If you'd got a 1, it would have been a really bad burn. But you managed to kind of just get out of the way, but not enough. So you have essentially like it will heal in maybe a few weeks.
Okay.
And you will remember
So
that
for now-
Androsti gave you that.
I look like
you
I've
probably
been through
have-
some kind
you
of
probably
weird
only
torture
have-
/ penance.
You probably it's
Ritual.
okay. It's not even that bad. It's quite red, but you don't have an eyebrow and you don't have a thing. It's not like
patch of
third,
his beard.
it's not 3rd-degree burns, but that shit's gonna peel.
Thank you, Craig, for
Thank
another
you very
fantastic
much, Craig.
session.
Yeah.
Games and dinner.
I've had
and
way
joy
too
and
many
fun.
games where people go soft on you and you always win really easily, and I'm frankly sick
Right.
of it.
I mean,
will.
Craig let us throw in an extra character halfway through the fight.
I mean, yeah.
Well,
but
it was
the
mainly
character
because
was
I
canonically
forgot.
there.
I forgot that he was there. Because
So he has been. He was canonically there the whole time.
This is true.
Anyway, good night and goodbye.